This version of It's Eric Nagel has been modified from its original broadcast. Content has been edited to fit this platform.
Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see.
Are you ready? I said, are you
ready? It's Eric Nagel. It starts now.
Ladies and gentlemen of the universe, the next voice you hear, it's Eric Nagel.
And thank you, Scott Shannon. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the program. I am me, Eric Nagel. This is Jordan over there.
Hey, everybody.
Together. Camera one, camera two. Camera one, camera two. Afro, little, yellow, different, better.
Ancient Chinese secret, huh?
It's like people only do things to sell out, and it's just so sad. If you know that movie, you're old, and you're perfect for this show. If you're listening on the iHeartRadio app, we got a story to tell you. But if you are on that app, put us in the number one position on the presets. It does help out the program. I've talked to other shows, and they said, yeah, they pushed that for a little bit, but they're onto other things. They don't have that copy anymore. So guess what? This is the last time we're going to say that. Put us in the positions, number one on the presets, and then be done with it. If you're on Apple, Spotify, any of those platforms, you can go over there, leave us a positive review. It does help out the program. You can join us live each and every week as we do this show in our live rooms on Twitch and on YouTube at It's Eric Nagel. If you're on the YouTube side, you can get yourself a membership. You get access to the archives for this show, for the satellite years, the early iHeart years. Would you kindly? Bonus material. I think we got a bonus episode I'm taping tomorrow. Super secret bonus episode, and then I'll reveal next week what that is. Don't like to tilt my hand. Everybody likes to tease things and give out too much, and then shit doesn't happen and they look quite the fool. We don't do that. I'm just saying we're working on something, and when it's done, we'll let you know. That's all you need to know about that stuff. Jordan, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing all right.
I feel like sometimes we just get so busy we don't get to talk to each other. I know you had mentioned to me last night to get on. I'm like, kids are out of school. My daughter's in a
mental ward.
Summer school. Same thing. And I just was in the middle of doing that, and then I just kind of got tired. But otherwise, things are good.
Speaking of tired, I forgot my freaking drink. I got to go get it out of the fridge in a moment. All right. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to talk to you. You were busy. You may have some things that you were tasked with that you're not too happy to do.
We won't get into those details about it here.
No, but it is. I'll say this: it is weighing heavily on Jordan. Yeah. And if he stresses and freaks out, know that something is afoot that maybe we can talk about.
Not going to do what everyone thinks I'm going to do.
At a later date.
Freak out.
You should. It'd be great.
You know that 1-year-old.
Just do it. Let it all out. Grab a chair. Start trashing all that shit behind you. It's worth doing.
Let's not go crazy. That's a lot of money.
Oh, that's your fault for doing.
I did finally get around
over there, and I'll start smashing everything.
I did get around to building this thing. I wanted to show you. I forgot to show you this the other night. I finished my rocket.
Oh, wait. Where's the shuttle?
It's at the top. It's this little guy.
Oh, is this the Artemis?
This is the one that does this.
Oh wait, hold on.
Why am I yeah.
Let's do that. There we go.
Then you keep doing that and just. I'm a child.
All right, we're gonna get kicked off of YouTube if you're spreading the legs like that. Sorry. Put that down somewhere else, off camera.
We're gonna just get this out of here.
All right.
It's very phallic in nature.
Chipperson in the chat. E-Rock has to go get his pineapple Kool-Aid. Is there a really pineapple Kool-Aid? I would try that. I have not had that, but no, I have to go into
Charcoberry Fen. Get it right.
My unsponsored energy drinks out of the fridge.
Right. We really push a lot of energy drinks around here for not getting anything from them.
Oh, I forgot about this.
Oh, are we getting paid by somebody?
I am not going to mention them because until they either sign a deal to advertise with us or the stuff shows up here and they live up to their word. One of the major companies, somebody reached out to me about a tie-in product that they had. And I said, yes, please. We would need 2 of them. And they said, okay, we think we can make that happen. It's going to take about 6 to 8 weeks, but
interesting.
They're going to do that. So When that package when it shows up, we'll do the blind box opening, and there's one for you and there's one for me, from what I understand.
It's not the same company that reached out to us before and the guy was blowing us off for.
Oh no, that shithead. No.
Yeah, that guy.
What was that company called?
I don't know. It was like something.
They're
it wasn't
all
G Fuel, but it was like something else.
It's like
it was
Drubby
like something
or
like
something. It was Dribby. They just cold call Twitch streamers all the time and like, hey, we want to do a partnership with you. And if you don't know what that was, they reached out to us, and I said, all right, we can work some out. I said, hey, if you guys are doing this big a push, we'd love to have your CEO on the show. What program asks to have any type of management or owner to come on to talk about the product that they're going to do an advertisement with? Nobody. So I was like, yeah, let's have him on. And like an assistant or somebody stepped in on the email chain. Oh, he's not going to be available for a little
busy.
He's far too busy, but thank you for your interest. And I said, oh, thank you for your interest, but I think we're going to have to discontinue the agreement and not go forward.
Right.
Okay. And that was it.
That's all we put into it. We're done.
I've told some other people who work in sales for different companies and things. I said, what would you do if you had an advertiser that reached out, wanted to do a deal, and you said, hey, I'd like to have the owner of the product come on the show, which nobody does. Again, nobody wants to talk to the owners of companies.
Right.
I said, just have them come on, hang out, and it's interesting how they're approaching this. And he said, no show would do that. And he goes, but if a show came to us with this and wanted to do it, yeah, we'd do that. I go, yeah. So what would you do if the advertiser said, oh, they're too busy to be bothered with it? He goes, that makes no sense. They're trying to. And I said, yeah. So I canceled the whole deal. It is what it is. We got to bring our guest in there. He's here. Say hello to Andy.
Hey, let's talk shit, everybody.
Andy.
I got to say, I'm old enough to get the Wayne's World reference. And based on what you're talking about with your advertisers, why not get Noah's Arcade involved?
I know. That would be fantastic. We could leave this dump. They would re-simulate our studios in a bigger facility.
Yeah.
Jordan would freak up. I'd leave him on the camera.
In his basement in here.
Yeah.
I also got the half-baked reference. That's how old I am.
There we go. See, look at that.
Yeah, it's been 2 years in the making. I'm supposed to review Wayne's World with Once Over Kaylee, so maybe 2 years from now that'll finally work out. We've all been on her show. Now. Yeah, I know.
She's coming into her own, as they say.
It's been a busy day, as we mentioned off the air.
We will get to that in just a moment. But I want to throw Andy's gang signs up there for everybody. All Apologies Podcast is the name of the show. You can go find it on wherever you get your podcasts. And, of course, at All Apologies Podcast on Instagram, his YouTube, his Patreon. Go support him. He was kind enough to have us on his show not too long ago. You guys were doing a poker night.
Yeah, all in on the Dabbleverse. That's my poker stream. I invite various YouTube streamers to come lose money on my show. It's the only show that you have to pay to come on.
And that we did.
Yeah. And I don't know how to play the Texas poker, or Hold'em, whatever it's called. So I was just like, all right. And I even told Jordan once it was all done, I said, the first two hands where I cleaned up. Yeah, I go, I'm thinking I'm holding the poker hand here, not realizing I got to play off the cards that are revealed on the table.
I think he thought he was playing blackjack, and I was just laughing so hard. Like, I'm trying not to laugh on stream, but he's messaging me, and he's like, I did really well. I thought I was winning when I pulled the two cards. I'm like, blackjack.
I had no idea. So I just was like, I'm going all in, and I'm like, how am I winning these hands? And then when I had to start to focus, I'm like, oh, what I have in my hand has to go with what's on the table. I started losing, and I was out.
Strategy are now involved. There's no chance I'm doing this.
Yeah, Jordan lasted a lot longer than I did in that hand.
I did.
Yeah, you hung in there. You still not
toward the end of it.
worst.
I was like, all right, I'm doing well, and then I just kept fucking up. Like I always think I would always fold and then find out that I would have won. I would have cleaned up that entire table at that point. I'm just like, God damn it. I'm not good at this.
I've recently figured out how to record the show in a spectator mode. And then after the fact, I'm mapping over all of the hole cards so that people can watch and see who's bluffing or who's ahead and, who's got the nuts. So it's become a more watchable show recently. So cool. Check that out. All Apologies Podcast on YouTube. Thank you.
If I've learned anything from watching poker, that on the days when you used to flip around cable television channels just to find something on a Saturday morning, you would see like World Series of Poker or some other kind of big poker tournament, and you're like, all right, who's the douche that's got the reflective glasses, who's got the hat, the rally hat on, who's got the headphones, who's got all this shit, because everyone had to have a branding gimmick while playing there, and they all sucked for the most part.
Do you remember the guy that had the reptile lenses in the?
Yeah,
that was a crazy gimmick. And the Unabomber, the guy that he would pull his hood.
He's always he's always had his hood. Yeah,
yeah, that's the guy that taught Jennifer Tilly how to play poker.
Well, you want to talk like Jennifer Tilly, you'd get girls that were purposely, having most of their tits hanging out on the table, thinking that's going to distract the guys. And
it does work.
In some cases it does, but also they're blown out in the first round because it's like there's a whole round at the table. Then the winner of there gets up and goes to another table, and they focus on there. So you think they're going to win. They never get past that first table. It's like, oh, it was nice to see your tits laying right there where ashtrays used to be in the vinyl siding there, but nah, not gonna happen. And then whoever wins, who gives a shit? He won $600,000. Good, yeah, good on you.
Your name's Moneymaker. I think I remember that one.
Yeah, do not care. Anyway, so Andy is here. He's gonna hang out with us today. We thought it would be nice to return the favor since he was kind enough to invite us on to his thing. We don't know how to play poker that well, but I'm guessing we can do like Jackbox or something like that on here if you're into waging.
We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah. When was the last time? I think the pandemic.
Was it COVID?
Yeah. When everybody
got lifted, everyone got to go outside. And no one ever hung out again. We were just like, we're done.
You can do Russian roulette and make it a real memorable episode.
It's a one and done.
Believe me, it sits there at the forefront of my mind each time we go live. I'm like,
don't worry, if you do it right, it'll be in the back of your mind.
Is today the day I break out Lucille and we
the
go
Bud
nuts.
Dwyer finale?
Yeah. I guess these videos are not playing, are they? Damn it.
Not to us, they are.
I don't see it here. Oh, there it is. Wait a minute. No, they're not loading. God damn it. Oh, okay. There we go. Figured it out. All right. I wanted to start off the show, not this way, but a bit of a somber note. Yeah, we'll do this first, and then I'll talk about the iHeart problem that we had. A guy who was a legend in New York radio, legend in Detroit radio, too, before coming to New York. A man named Rocky Allen had passed away yesterday from cancer. He was 70. Hold on, I have it here somewhere. He's in his early 70s, and he passed away.
55, yeah.
Yeah, and he disappeared from public view for a while. Like he used to be pretty active on Facebook too, and all of a sudden, a few years ago, nothing. I was like, all right, living retirement and living his life, doing whatever. And then today it came out through some of the industries that cover the radio business, that cover the media, that Rocky had passed away. And Rocky was doing afternoons on WPLJ in New York called the Rocky Allen Showgram. It was him and Blaine. And he was there during my time at PLJ, and they could not have been nicer. Like all the shit we give Todd Pettengill for being a complete asshole, the exact opposite was on from 2 to 6, 3 to 7 in the afternoon drive time in Manhattan. Rocky and Blaine. And it really is sad. He's always had health problems. He's a rather large individual.
I was gonna say he was a little big guy.
Yeah, and most of the time I knew him, he was always walking with some kind of cane. He had crutches at one point because I think he had knee surgery. While during my time there, he was always not in the best of shape, but mind like. Very, very witty, very fast with a joke, very entertaining. It just sucks when you start getting to that point in your life where the people that you idolize or admire, especially in your industry, that you aspire to be something like them, start passing away, and you go, I used to listen to that guy when I was in high school, or I'd be driving around in the car and I'd be listening, and now they're dead. So just wanted to all the best to Rocky and his family. Blaine works at, he did up until recently at iHeart. He was at iHeart in New York City. I'm going to send a message out to Blaine because I only just found out like an hour or so before the show that Rocky had passed away. I wanted to show you a little bit of some stuff from Rocky. I have, my archives. I have tons and tons of useless shit to anybody except for when I bring it up. And then it's useful for what we're talking about here. But this is an old TV spot when it meant something for a radio station to have an ad on television in your local market. Like that was a big fucking deal. Not for the listeners, but for the radio station, for the people on air. It's like, you got a commercial. Oh, it says your show's name on there. That was an even bigger deal. Now it means nothing. But back then in the 80s and 90s, to have your radio station have a TV ad, to have your show featured on that ad, quite a big deal.
Oh, Stuttering John never shuts up about the fact that he was on the ad for the Howard Stern show. So it's a big deal.
That was a printout that they would hand to advertisers. It was
that
like
John printed out.
Yeah, exactly. It was like a media kit that you would hand out to the salespeople to make deals.
For the Duke. It's a W for the Duke, Eric. Come on.
And he's acting like he was on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine or Radio and Records at the time. Something, a periodical of note back then where you'd be like, wow, that's impressive. No, it was not. It was like, oh, this is the cast bio for the show that's on from 7 to midnight that we hand to advertisers, and hopefully that they'll want to sponsor some live reads. That's about as impressive as it gets. This is a TV ad. I was digging through my stuff that I had for Rocky and Blaine. Take a look at this.
The Rocky Allen Showgram.
You know my ingrown toenail that was all pussy and kind of black and blue, kind of gangrene?
Yeah.
Well, I'm laying in my bed and the sheet is stuck to the pus of my toe.
Mother's triplets have 3 different fathers.
Wouldn't they all have to 3 be there within a certain amount of time?
Yes, they would.
That's just not healthy.
Well, if you're first, it's over.
I just want to point out to the way Blaine's dressed. Radio has never evolved to the point of where you dress for the job that you want, not the job that you have. Everyone dressed for the job that they have or the job that they didn't want. So you come in every day. Sometimes, I mean,
I was going to say, you could have told me this was footage from 5 years ago and I would believe it.
Yeah. This is just everybody. It's like, I woke up, I was wearing this, or I just threw on a different shirt and went in to do the show.
At least he's not like a Klinger on MASH where he's showing up in drag trying to get fired.
No, imagine if you were, you were doing that in today's day and age. You were dressing up trying to get fired.
Think about the other 2 poor saps, though.
Only on 95.5 WPLJ.
But there's a scene here. They don't really show Rocky's face.
Behind the shot.
Look at that.
Is he wearing like a vest? Like he's too cold, or is that like a sweater vest?
This was big in radio and with executives. They would wear sweater vests all the time. Like Scott Shannon used to wear Argyle sweater vests with like a t-shirt under it and short. Oh, he was also from Florida originally, but never adapted fully to New York weather. In the 40 years that he was working in New York, he would just show up. No socks, golf shorts, an Argyle sweater vest, and a t-shirt. But this was the look.
That's where legendary stand-up comedian / radio personality Chad Zumach got the idea for the Argyle sweater vest.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, that's good. That's the right answer.
I wanted to show you something else here too. So one of the cool things that they did with Rocky's show is they used to rent Letterman's theater, the Ed Sullivan Theater, when during the summer when Letterman would go dark for like vacation. They would rent the theater to do live radio shows on Dave's stage. As part of it was a couple different things. One, it was for charity, but 2, it was also a tie-in with Toyota for the New York Comedy Festival. So he would have all these guests throughout the 4 hours of doing the show: music guests, athletes, comedians. I have a clip of Dave Attell, bald, on his head and his face, like completely.
Damn.
He looks like a kid doing stand up there. I doubt he even remembers this set. I can show you a little bit of that too if you're interested in. This was, they did it, what, 95, 96, 97? I don't think they did in 98, but I know those 3 years they did. 2 of those years I was there for this. The 1 year in particular, what I'm going to show you is 1997. And it's a bit, it's a nice piece of history for me because they shot everything, right? And 97, you didn't have streaming, you didn't have portable, you had a camera crew recording this stuff, right? And then you had to have somebody go and edit it. They had to go to an editing bay to put all this together. They go to edit, they get the tape produced, it all comes in. I get called into a meeting with the program director and somebody else from who owned us at the time. Oh, ABC Cap Cities Disney was the parent company for this.
It's quite a mouthful.
The program director and somebody else there to say, hey, we got a celebrity in our midst. That's never good. What do you mean? I'm like a production assistant or whatever. I'm like low level, right? Oh, no. And it's like, no, you're a big celebrity on stage there with Rocky and John Cicada. And I said, what? I had to help out John Bon Jovi's assistant at that time. And she was a big pain in the ass. And she needed hot water. She needed tea bags. She needed lemon juice. She needed all this stuff because John needs all this stuff. John didn't show up till later. Came out, did one song, sat with Rocky for a few minutes. So I would say in and out 20 minutes, right? Didn't touch any of the shit that this lady sent me out to go and get all this stuff prepared for John. Nothing. Bag of cough drop, all of this stuff. None of it. Whatever. So I didn't know where to put it. And she said, oh, go put it by his stuff over there. It's Letterman's set. But because it's Letterman's set, there's no desk because he's dark. They can't use the desk. They can't use stuff. So there's another facade on the stage blocking Letterman's desk and his background back there, and they can't use the curtains for the bands and where Dave would come out. So there's a giant blue tarp hanging from floor to ceiling that says like Toyota Comedy Festival or New York, whatever it was. So this thing is just kind of crinkling and swaying because there's a massive amount of air conditioning in the Ed Sullivan Theater, right? So I go this way, move it on there. I didn't realize that I walked out to the stage that something was going on, and I walked out, looked, and went, oh shit, and backed right out during the John Cicada interview with Rocky, and it made it to that tape. Now there's all these other people who didn't get to meet celebrities, didn't get on the show, didn't whatever, and there's me walking right out in the middle. It's like if Dave or Leno was doing something and one of the PAs walked out with coffee, oh shit, and walked back behind the stage. You'd be forever known for that stuff, right?
Human paperweight Eric Nagel makes an appearance.
Let me see. I have the John Cicada clip here.
Where you storm the stage?
Oh, it'd be great if I did, right? Oh, that's him performing. Somewhere in here.
Hey, thanks.
How you been?
Doing real good? Real good. Yeah.
So you got to play with the Pope? Well, not. You know what I'm saying.
Let's see if I can find it.
Broadway.
I like that.
I'm skipping through. I didn't have a time code for it, but there's somewhere I walk out.
I know this.
Where is it?
I say that you have a song out.
Casper.
This is great. The audience is.
I was going to
loving
say,
this
at least you got it queued up for the right spot.
Yeah, I just looked at my notes and I realized I didn't have the time code for it.
7 minutes in.
All right, fuck it. We'll just let it play and see what happens in there. Oh, by the way, one of Rocky's that's not me, but one of Rocky's producers right there. They called him Kavork, not this guy. That's AJ. This guy right there. John's about to sit down. Rocky's sitting at the desk there. The guy standing up. They called him Kavork. His name is George Duran. He's a big deal on the Food Network and like celebrity chef stuff. And who knew?
If you told me that was you, I would believe you.
You think that? No,
I kind of could pass for that.
No, he has better hair than me.
No, at this time he probably had frosted tips.
Yeah, no.
It's not the time.
97? No, I don't think I did. Not at this point. But there's
You
a
all look
point,
alike to me.
we all do. You know, just the curse of being.
I mean, it is
being
nice
white.
to see John Cicada out after a 17-year slumber.
I can't even tell you the song. I don't know why there was a guy dressed as an Eagle Scout, by the way, back there. I don't know what that bit was. But
I love how Rocky looks like he should be like doing commentary on the side of a wrestling ring right now with that giant ass microphone.
Yeah.
Or like JV basketball.
Right.
It's like he used to be the coach, but he doesn't have the physical capability of doing it anymore. So now he calls the games. You know, in the Midwest and the South, where they actually broadcast high school games on the radio because it actually means something to them. The rest of the country doesn't give a shit about it.
It's like Iowa.
He saw Hoosiers and wanted to be Dennis Hopper, just drunk at a child's basketball game.
Who doesn't want to be Dennis Hopper, whether you're involved in sports or not. You can see there. Look how
I was going to say it
big
does look
Rocky
like
is.
it's just a tarp behind there.
Yeah. Look at how big Rocky is, though.
I was going to say he's a large gentleman, dude.
Large.
He looks like have you seen that the Spider-Man cartoon with Miles Morales? He looks like Kingpin. He's got a little head, big body.
We got to get him the red Hawaiian Punch shirt to put on there.
With the white jacket.
pants, the white shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, there I am.
There it is. Oh,
There I am. Where's the time code on that?
what? Hold on, go back. What were you wearing?
There we go.
Were you wearing white on white on white?
No, I had to wear. I had a station sweatshirt on because I had to have the credential. And I had to be wearing.
Hey, is this thing live?
Station stuff because so they could spot you in the back or whatever if they needed to pull somebody for whatever reason.
Oh, don't worry, we can spot you, Eric.
Yeah, so there's me right there. Apparently there was a second scene, but it didn't make the tape. I always wish I had that other footage, but
Old baby faced niggle over there.
yeah, there I am, just walking right out there in the middle of granted, this was broadcast live to millions of people, so not the radio audience has no idea this is going on. They printed, I don't know how many of these tapes, a few hundred of these tapes, and it was all sold for charity. And the whole thing sold out, and I snagged one while I was there, and I'm glad that I have it. But yeah. Nobody has this tape. You don't see it show up on eBay anywhere. There's no clips other than what I put up online. This would never have been known.
He's like, hey, John, I also like Gloria Estefan.
What are John Cicada's songs? I don't even.
I know he wrote for like Gloria Estefan and Ricky Martin because he's from Cuba. It's actually
never a fan.
Juan Francisco Cicada Ramirez. A huge fan.
Oh, somebody has Wikipedia.
Between the Scoutmaster and all the other people
Just
wandering
Another
around on the
Day.
stage, I don't think anybody thought twice. Yeah, Just Another Day.
Just Another Day. That's the one. I don't want to say. I don't want to find another way. Living in my
Eric was
thing
whispering that
without
as he
you.
was staring at the back of John Cicada's head.
Yeah. I'm like, he's singing to me.
He sings the songs of my heart.
You signed my poster so I can hang it on the ceiling of my bedroom.
Let me see the guest lineup out here.
That's pretty funny though.
Night Ranger, Debbie Gibson, The Tramps, John Bon Jovi, Darlene Love. I love Darlene.
Oh, so
Love.
John Bon. I thought you got confused because you said John Cicada and then you said John Bon Jovi, and I thought you just were mixing things up. So they were both there.
Yeah,
This guest superstar artist is, of course, from New Jersey.
That's
Got to
Blaine.
start right here on New York radio. His band Bon Jovi has had a string of hits that are now anthems for a generation. He's currently embarking on a film career, working with Academy Award winner Billy Bob Thornton.
You know his manager
Is
gave
about to
this to
release
him
a
to
second
read.
solo CD on Mercury Records titled Destination Anywhere. We're pleased to welcome to the showgram on Broadway the one and only John Bon Jovi.
Hiya.
John Bon
Always had good hair. Very envious of that.
He
head of
still
hair.
has good hair. It's all white now. Looks all smooth.
Well, we don't need to watch the rest of it. I have that all up online. But yeah, he was there. I will go since we're all comedy fan stuff. Let's pull up Dave Attell's thing. Who else was on this lineup here? Lou Diamond Phillips, Sean Colvin, Eric Martin, Donna Lewis, Abe Vigoda, Gloria Gaynor.
I fucking love Abe Vigoda.
I think he was with the Nets. Jason Williams. He was that basketball player that wound up getting arrested for manslaughter or something. The Stylistics. Oh, Robert Schimmel performed here too.
This was fucking 97, 98, wasn't it?
Wang Chung, Tiny Tim, and Chubby Checker.
So topical.
Okay, here's David Tells.
What are they performing together? Like Chubby and Tiny? What is that? That's a hell of a duo.
Right.
My Broadway is nothing if not a showcase for the best comedy talent currently available. And our first comedian tonight is just that. He's performed on and written for shows, including The Jon Stewart Show, Saturday Night Live, Late Night with Conan O'Brien, and The Late Show with David Letterman. He was just featured on HBO's Young Comedian special and will be in the HBO special Drew Carey's Mr. Vegas. He's here for the Toyota Comedy Festival and will be here at the Comedy Cellar on June 12th. Please welcome, he's been on the show before, he is terrific, Dave Attell. Hey, Dave, how you doing?
All right. How's it going? Man. All right. Thanks for coming down. And for those of you watching at home, I have hair, all right?
Look how different he looks.
He looks like a white supremacist.
Well, you're with me, right? F the juice.
Yeah.
He could get away with that. If he came out there doing the white supremacist gimmick.
He's a sheep in wolf's clothing.
He'd get a round of applause.
Proud, man. It's a big night. Music, a good cause. I love music. Some isn't that good. Michael Bolton. What do you think of her? Do you like her? She's not that good. I had a dream. I was trapped in an elevator with Michael Bolton, Kenny G, and Yanni. And I had a gun with one bullet. Now, what do? I blew my head off. That's what I did. All right. This is fun. I'm glad I came down tonight. I was just sitting in my apartment playing my favorite apartment game, Find the Smell. Have you ever played this game? Yeah.
Is that a joke he does a lot?
That's on Skanks for the Memories. It's a classic album, yeah.
No, this is definitely before Skanks of the Memories.
It is, but that's how long he's been doing that joke.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Luckily, it was me. Now, I don't know if we should talk about it, but I think it needs to be said. I ran out of toilet paper, okay? I did. Thank God for that Monopoly money. Am I right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying. I've been traveling a lot. I hate traveling, but you got to do it. I fly all the time. I was in Australia. That takes 2 days to fly there. And when you get there, it's earlier than when you left. When I landed, I called my house. I picked up the phone. I don't know how it happened. I actually woke myself. I had to come home, family stuff. My cousin had a baby, and I was watching her breastfeed for a couple of bucks. And I'll tell you, stay with me, all right? It's not for the squeamish. This is rock. Fellas.
By the way, the edit, you can see how terrible the editing is for the 90s. Look at this.
This is rock.
What is that angle?
Yeah.
Fellas, breastfeeding women, it's amazing that you do that. It's
Someone
amazing.
yelled cut to two and he wasn't ready.
Yeah.
You.
Or he tripped on a cable that was on the stage.
Snapple. I don't know how you do it. Fellas, we can't breastfeed, which is good, because you know how we are, right? We'd spend the whole time squirting each other. Now, you know we would.
Oh, I remember this.
Squirt each other, tease the cat. Wow! Wow! Set up tin cans and knock them down.
All right, well. Dave Attell. Amazing.
Yeah. Legend.
Rocky Allen. Legend. Gone too soon. Passed away.
R.I.P.
Cancer. R.I.P.
Survived by his wife, Bullwinkle, and their children, Boris and Natasha.
Hey, Rocky.
That's how old I am.
Yeah, right. Speaking of cancer, have you seen Bennington's doing a new PortCast?
Yeah. Hold on.
While getting chemotherapy.
He is. He's turned this into what you call a positive, Jordan.
Yeah, he's really
taking a negative
around
and turning it into a positive. Most people take a negative and turn it into a go. He's turning this into a positive by doing a podcast while getting his chemo treatment in the cancer ward of a very well-established hospital.
Right.
And bringing in world-class comedians to sit there
while he's getting treatment.
Yeah. This is one of the earlier episodes. This is the Ron Bennington PortCast. And if you don't know what that means, he had a port put into his chest here on the right side so they could hook up the chemo. He's been doing the shows. He was holding essentially he looked like the Ood from Doctor Who. If any of you out there, they're holding a ball in his hand.
Yeah.
With the cable going right in. It's a chemo ball. So he had to have that hooked into him while he was doing the show. I think at one point he made Earl stand behind him and hold it while he was doing the show.
Just chilling out with some like interferon.
Yeah. And it looks like a buzz ball. Like you could crack it open and it's one of those things that it's like, 97%
treatments like
alcohol.
pineapple flavored.
Exactly. This is the Ron Bennington PortCast.
First time being in a cancer ward?
You kidding?
You've been there?
I got all kinds of.
Yeah, all kinds of cancer?
No, I've never been to a cancer ward before. I'm a little nervous because I'm very giggly. You're a funny man.
I love how they put the microphone like in behind the little cards, because I've seen like other interview shows like where there's a guy like on a subway and he's got the same thing where they're like just holding random shit with the microphones attached.
Yeah,
I was going to say, I hate it when people are just holding a little lav mic in their hand instead of wearing it. Yeah. So at first I didn't know why they were holding those. So I'm glad you said that. Much better than that. I hate that.
There's a guy who was known for doing it he would do interviews on the subway with the Metro cards.
Yeah, that's the one I've seen. Yeah,
his name's or something, Middle Eastern guy, and he would sit there and talk to other comics and other people, and they would just be on the subway going somewhere in New York City, and the mics are clipped on to the Metro cards, and that's
see how long it would take for the person to call ice on him.
Or somebody just walks over in the middle and punches him right in the throat, takes the Metro card.
Oh, the guy in the next room, they're going to take his leg off in here today. So if you hear anybody shouting or anything. But anyway, you were talking about how healthy and blessed you are. You want to live forever.
Should we be doing this? There's people over here.
No, they're fine. The beauty of it is the future's terrible, but I won't necessarily have to deal with it. You know what I mean? I'll be getting out in the last plane.
Just holding on to the helicopter as it's leaving. No, we're going to be great. I got a 2.5-year-old son, for God's sakes. He's going to be great, don't you think?
No. No, he's going to be enslaved to machines.
So that's the sampler.
I love that he's doing this. Like, you're right, taking a negative and spinning it, and then it's nice to see him, really having a good time with it. He's like, no, I'm out of here. Like, I'm not going to be around for this.
Yeah.
I remember
facing your mortality with some class.
It's the opposite of what Norm Macdonald did, where he didn't tell anybody and just went about his business because he didn't want people to look at him differently. Ron's wearing it all, putting it all on Front Street.
Literally.
Did you ever?
Here's my sports.
Yeah. Did you ever see the? Not that I'm not signing off on this special or anything, but the Tig Notaro special where she just had a double mastectomy and she took her shirt off and did like the whole second half of her set topless with the mastectomy scars.
Was there nonstop laughing?
Yes, people were losing their minds. I mean, it was memorable. I'll say that it was very daring, and then it was all. Then her career completely went away.
I was going to say she's done a lot of Star Trek, and then that's about.
Well, yeah, she did that Star Trek show that was abysmal, and they still have a second season coming out because they taped both seasons back to back. Starfleet Academy, and she's terrible in that show. She's Tig Notaro in a Star Trek uniform.
Yeah, she. That, I guess when I said her career went away, I meant her sense of humor or her appeal went away, because she's in a lot of things. She took over for when Dalia got canceled. She was in that. It was
that's
the Dawn
right.
of the Dead.
It was the Zack Snyder zombie bank heist movie.
Yeah,
and they had to
over for Dalia.
Well, and they did all they had.
They have the same body type.
Well, and it was already filmed, so they digitally put her in. Like, she wasn't even there. They had to just do it. Oh, it was weird.
It looked like the end of the Michael Jackson black and white video where the head just would turn and morph into somebody else.
Like,
one time she spun around and dreads came out. You're like, how did they do that?
So odd.
Yes, Tig Notaro had to find a way to outclass the Hannah Gatsby special that came out. It's like, how do I make this worse than that? Oh, I know. I'll take my shirt off for the last half of the. And look at it this way. It was so memorable. Nobody talks about it or remembers it. Like they talk about Tig Notaro, they talk about her terrible acting. They don't talk about. Do you remember that special where she took off her shirt and showed her her mastectomy for the last half of the special? Nope. Your comedy is that bad they don't even remember.
I was going to say the first time I heard about it about 30 seconds ago when Andy talked about it.
Yes.
I didn't know about that. You would think it would have made more headlines.
You are missing nothing, my friend.
Oh well, there's nothing to miss.
What happened to that? Do that
Would
again.
you break the butt?
I think so. $2 super tip coming in from Beef Drippings. He's on everybody's show. Here, Eric, have some of Trucker Andy's money. Thank you very much, sir. All the money collected goes to supporting Jordan's habits of Lego creation.
I'm not even going to lie. Right now on my porch, if anyone was local, there's a giant box of Legos that just got delivered.
What did you get this time?
A Triceratops skeleton from Jurassic Park that matched my T-Rex, and the Lego Sega Genesis that just got released 4 days ago.
You really don't give a shit about your kids' educational career after high school.
Eric, you know my motto. Fuck them kids.
Yeah, fuck them kids, and when you're 18, you're out the door. I know. I heard.
Are you keeping up with the Lego heist?
Yeah, the $200,000 bricks and minifigs debacle. Yeah, it's been rough, man.
Yeah. Did you see Patreon put out a?
I watched the video yesterday.
Clip? Yeah. So because of all this going on, I guess there was a lot of pressure on Patreon to remove their Patreon account for what they were doing, the videos, the allegations, all of this stuff. And for about 3/4 of the video, it's the CEO of Patreon who's talking about, and you see where this is going, and you think at the end it's like, we've unfortunately come to the decision that we've decided to take. You think it's going there, right? And he goes, well, we have come to the decision that we will not be removing, what is it called? Bricks and what?
Well, it's not the Bricks and Minifigs Patreon. It's the Patreon of the guy that I guess was helping the guy who got the stuff taken. Bricks and Minifigs is the corporation, and it's a national corporation. We have one locally not far from here. So and they're the typical, like, you trade in your Legos, but they really fuck you over for what you can get, and they jack up the price.
Yeah, they're the Funko land of pretty much Lego recap.
Oh, anybody that owns a collectibles shop, whether it's baseball cards or
money,
anything, their whole business is fucking kids out of their money. It's pretty disgusting. I've never met one hobby shop owner that wasn't a complete scumbag.
Andy Hannon in the chat saying it wasn't Bricks and Minifigs account. B&M was trying to silence the guy making the content about their thievery. So
to finish off, Ben,
the Patreon CEO goes, we will not be, and he starts smiling, we will not be removing their account and their content. And he goes, and if they would like to sue us, please bring it on. Like they were begging you to come sue Patreon over this stuff. He was welcoming a lawsuit. So that's what's going on.
We're doing a whole episode about that on, my channel, but with Kaylee and Luigi Greenberg. We do a show called The Edge Files on our respective channels, and we're talking all about this Lego scandal thing on Monday at 7 p.m. So check that out.
Jordan, you're going to have something to watch then. I know. That's in your wheel of expertise.
Come hang.
Beef Drippings again with another $2. Tig Notaro is a comedian. News to me. Yes, it's the news to the comedy world as well. iHeart stuff. Let's talk about the iHeart stuff real quick before we get into more pressing issues. So for those of you who get the show through the audio means, I got a lot of people writing this weekend. How come segment 2 was not? You got them as well?
Oh yeah, I got people going, how come no one told me to be excellent to each other? This week's screwed.
Yes. Segment 2 of the show was not available. Yeah. And I had people asking why. Well, last week we had our pal Zach from Snacks with Zach, or Snack with Zach, and that went a bit long. That went about 2 hours. So we isolated that as its own thing. And then cut the rest of the stuff together to make the radio show. So the Snack with Zach segment goes up there, does really well. And Zach was very kind, one, to come on the show, two, to promote it out to his fan base and everything. And it was very kind of him. So then segment 1 of the regular show goes up. Segment 2, look, I drop everything into a folder and they take care of the rest of it. Segment 2 did not get published, so I wasn't aware till later on Friday. And then I get a talking to. There's some other things going on that hopefully at some point I'll be able to discuss, but for now I cannot, involving them. Maybe good things. But then this issue came up from a different department and said, why can you not keep your show under control? What do you mean?
Wow, I didn't know they said it that way.
You're contracted to doing one show a week, and they want it under 2 hours, right? Because nobody else's podcast goes that long. And this is very telling. You have very popular 4-hour radio shows that trim their shows down to put on demand. You're lucky to get an hour and 20 on the on-demand stuff after a 4-hour broadcast radio show. Jordan, this isn't the edited version that went up there. Just the bulk recording of what we did last week. How long did we go?
Unedited from start to finish, we did close to 5 hours.
Yes.
And that's with, dicking around for 15 minutes in between segments, but for the most part,
pause, doing break segments,
content, not like commercial filled wacky haha segment. No, this is straight 5 hours. I was exhausted.
They're out of control.
Yes. So
get your house in order, Eric.
Yeah. So I was talking to them and they're like, well, what? You've exceeded your allotted space for your show. And I go, you're the biggest podcast company in America. Why is this an issue? In fact, we're over delivering from what our agreement is.
Yeah, you're getting free content.
Well, apparently, if you go a certain amount of time, there's a certain amount of ads they have to run within. Like, remember I told you the 22 minute rule? Every 20 to 22 minutes, they have to place an ad in your podcast stuff. And while they were doing that, it would just be in the middle of something like how we're talking here, and all of a sudden Home Depot would show up, or something in Spanish, or whatever would play. And then we'd come back into the conversation, and you're like, I don't know what they were talking about. You cut them off mid-sentence. They allowed me control to go in, and I moved the markers. So I started separating where we talk. And I put the markers down so they can put their ads and stuff in there. Well, when you have 9 to 12 markers throughout the thing, apparently that's over delivering what the sponsors or whatever their ad stuff was being sold for.
When the fuck is a sponsor ever been mad about getting extra spots of
sponsors
advertising?
Not mad. Sponsors not mad. The sales department is, because we're giving too much away. But also hitting the cap on the upload space for this thing here. They said the amount of time that you did this month, it's like if it was within the time frame that it was within, you would have done, let's see, we give them, depending on the month, 4 to 5 shows a month. We were almost 10 shows, 11 shows, double what we normally do. We were not allotted for that. We're not scheduled for that stuff. So this was the second time it happened in 3 months. So, so we have to be mindful going forward.
Yeah, we're about 52 minutes into this show. We're only got about 30 more minutes. So let's speed this up. 90 minutes.
Oh, your fault. I'm getting all these boner pill ads, hair replacement, and boner ads in my feed.
I love the ads that people send us when they take from getting the show, because what is it called? Geo. Damn it. I forgot the name of the term. But the ads that are placed when you download or stream the show is based on your geographic area, right? So stuff that's sold locally gets put on there. And I've gotten people sending us clips of shit's all in Spanish because we're in New York City. There's a big Spanish population here. Geolocated.
I've had my own company that I work for at my day-to-day
yes.
advertise through our show when I was doing a little bit of, checking out, making sure I'm not repeating myself too much and things like that. And I was air checking, and I'm like, that's my company. I'm double dipping right now.
Yeah, it's very weird.
It's awesome.
So nonetheless, we had to come to an understanding that we got to be more mindful going forward.
So I'm not going to be here 5 hours tonight? Is that what you're telling me?
No.
We can try. I mean, YouTube has no problems with it.
Let's break the record.
Let's do it. Well, we're going to break the record on Monday as I'm joining the Shuli network as they're going to be doing their 24-hour stream. So I don't know what time I'm supposed to be scheduled to pop in, but I'll be doing some O&A stuff on their stream. I think with Anthony and the guys from Uncle Rico, and a good time will be had. So anyway, that's it for the iHeart stuff. We got yelled at for being for doing too much.
Yes. Jesus.
It's like handing in a book report and that your bibliography is 3 pages longer than what the book report is. So we'll try to be. I'm not promising. I had to promise them, but I'm promising you, the audience, I can't promise that's going to happen. I promise to not promise that we can get this thing under control.
The other 3 hours that we normally give you guys for free are now going to be locked behind our paywall. Good luck.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry, fans of the show.
I was sent this. Now, we haven't talked about. Well, we did. We talked about him like a week or two ago. I didn't mean to, but we talked about Opie. And somebody in the chat, where is it? I saw it right here. Boom. Did you like the Crack Amico track? Crack Amico is a very, very good musician and content creator. Writes a lot of funny stuff involving comics and the world of podcasting and what have you. And I was not aware of this. I was not watching Carl's show live on Wednesday when he had, I guess, debuted it or played it or what have you. But I did get a lot of people writing to me, didn't know what it was because I hadn't seen Carl's show yet. And then I got to the part in Carl's show and for WATP where I'm watching and I went, oh my God, that's something. So I brought it here, Jordan, because you know how things are with the Opster. Mm-hmm. He's not in good shape. And if what I'm led to believe is true from what I saw on WATP this week, he's running something to raise money to get his tooth fixed. He's trying to raise like $2,000 because I don't know if he broke a tooth or if he has a tooth infection or something. And he was collecting super chats and said that money's going towards the bill for his dental surgery. And then he was putting up a thing to donate to help cover the cost of his dental surgery. Multi-millionaire, owns a block-long apartment on the Upper West Side of Manhattan, owns a beach that is Hamptons adjacent, and has a third house in the Philadelphia area, and can't afford $2,000 to get his tooth fixed. I was a bit bewildered by this, but also coming to my senses and realizing, oh, this was the guy who refused to pay for his parking garage in his building for several months. So he would sit out and stream from his phone, sitting in his car, so that when the parking agents would come around and they say, you have to move, he would move, circle around, and then park right back where it is and then go upstairs. Multi-millionaire, by the way.
Yeah, and let me just point this out for Opie's sake, that if you don't want to debase yourself in front of an audience on the internet for money, you can go to a dental college and they'll remove the tooth for basically very free, and nobody has to know about it, instead of you parading around the internet telling everybody how broke you are.
It's the same concept of the cosmetology schools. They'll give you a free makeover, or barber college. You could go there and get your haircut for free as practice to up and coming hairstylists and future barbers.
That must be where Stuttering John got his recent haircut.
I think his is just the pretzel bowl that he puts right up there, and he's got that thing that hooks to the vacuum.
Floby.
The Floby. Yeah.
I forgot about
There was a video clip. I don't know how long it was, but there's a video clip. It could be Carl, could be Uncle Rico watching John. He's got like this. It's like if a Danish kid had an Asian haircut, like it made no sense. It was just a bowl that was kind of parted down the middle. It was completely awful. But he thought that was stylish, or he just didn't have the money to go get to Supercuts to get a $25 haircut. He just made the best of it.
Love it.
Anyway, so this is the Crack Amico song that was sent to us. I figured we would check this out.
I'm not leaving anything alone.
Leave it alone.
I'm not going to leave it alone. You didn't leave it alone. You're the one that made the fucking face when I'm making jokes. It's self-deprecating humor. We do it all the time.
Lighten up. I'm trying to fucking keep it light. I don't want to keep this light, all right? Do what you want.
Open up your soul and take it. Peel back your legacy when I get up in a motherfucker for the man cleavage, even if I leave him naked. Greggshells, stomping on them Greggshells. Smoking on that OPAC till my breath smells when I exhale. We smoking Destroyer pack. We smoking on OB. Nobody will employ this hack. We joking eat Kobe. He bigger than narcissistic noses, snacking on bogey. We smoking Destroyer pack. We smoking on OB. You fucking suck, man.
All right, it could have just ended right there. That could have just been how the song ended, and it still would be a massive success. But I think this is one of his car broadcasts, by the way, that I was telling you about, Jordan, where he would just sit out there. Bad. And so we didn't have to pay for parking.
I don't know how else to say it. Long Island radio, the PD gave a song, you played it. Until an Italian with talent came and made you famous. Act like you the master who created it, you're fucking shameless. Sat back and scratched your anus while two of the greatest entertainers in radio history consistently cascaded jokes, evading interruptions and callers you slammed the brakes with. Trying to ease the tension of your pissy mood and shitty faces. You could've just sat back, made millies and chill, kick back as a laugh track, but you ain't wanna hee-haw. Guess it reminded you too much of Jackass. Ops bored of the board op, did a poor job, made a lot of profit. Even if you say you earned that cake, I'm still stomping on it.
All right, that cake video to this day still will resurface, and they all find out that it's him, and he just out of like every 6 months, that thing shows up on TikTok, shows up on Instagram. Somebody finds it, Reddit, whatever, and it starts the whole outrage all over again of threats to him. You see the comments that he's trying to delete, and it's like, we're going to get you fired. It's like, please call SiriusXM and try to get him fired. I'd love to see what that outcome would be at this point. That he's been, when did he get fired? 27, almost 10 years ago, 9 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
9 years. July 4th will be 9 years since he was let go. 12 years for Anthony, but 9 for Opie. And if you kept calling SiriusXM, it's like, we are outraged. We are going to cancel. We are not going to. We're going to boycott your sponsors. He hasn't worked here in 9 years. That's such an impact that this guy had with this shitty bit. But yeah, that cake stomp video still every now and then makes the rounds.
You was the captain, steering the ship, Shipperson. Straight into the rocks, ain't got fired, we quit listening. Now it's his fault for chimping out, but you still could've went the bat for the man. Brawl after the fans and the cash to your brand, instead of stabbing that knife in the back of your friend. Then you all went your separate ways and put the show to rest. Destroyer's no exterminator, he could not control the pests. We started attacking him, but he the one that made us mean. Plus he got the thinnest skin of any snake you've ever seen. Years went by, you all suffered your own losses. Jim came out the closet and started burning crosses. What's crazy is that Ant can drive a Shelby drunk and bite a hoe. Dropping in, fuck a teen, still somehow be more likable than you at least. Plus,
all right, that's not wrong.
No, that is really funny.
I've heard from many people within this business and television that love Anthony, but if he didn't do this or if he hadn't had this pass, whatever, they'd all still want to do business with him.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, he hasn't done anything, and everyone's just like, I don't even want to be bothered with him.
He's not who this song about. The fans hate you so much that I got paid for what's coming up out of my mouth. Would've never done this on my own dime for your old crimes. Look at you now. From a hot model to a slot body, from a shock jockey to a low cow. And I would've thought by now that maybe you'd mellow out. Barking at mics at like 5 in the morning. I think it's time to put this old yellow down. Had an obsession with being number one in radio. Wanted all of the power. If everybody call him Opie, I'ma call him wrong Howard. Why the fuck is comedian up in your bio? Gotta be a mistake, son. You could never even take a joke, brother, man. Let alone make
like,
one.
Holy S! What the F? Who the man?
Not you, man. Millionaire taking super chats just to ring out remnants of his OnlyFans. A 69-year-old man with a purple mouth. Greg still got them sugar titties. Sweetie, pull them nurples out. Only Jesus knows what's happening behind them walls. Probably got that doggy licking peanut butter off his balls. Open up your soul and take it. Peel back your legacy when I get up in a motherfucker for the man cleavage, even if I leave him naked. Greggshells, stomping on them Greggshells. Smoking on that O-Pack till my breath smells when I exhale. We smoking Destroyer Pack, we smoking on OB. Nobody will employ this hack. We joking, he coping. He picking that narcissistic nose and snacking on bogey. We smoking Destroyer Pack, we smoking on OB.
Well say done. Boring. It's not boring. None of this has been boring. You're trying too fucking hard, you loser. I'm fucking great at this shit, dummy.
Dummy.
Ugh. Best $300. I mean, what?
I got to shout out the Crack Amico track about Cracker Barrel. Look that up. That one's really good.
Oh, wait, I think I did. That was him too?
Yeah.
I think I did see that one.
What's a
Cracker
Barrel with a cracker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good on him.
He's great.
Good on him.
I'm so sick of radio guys lying.
Yeah, that's him.
Leave me alone. You don't talk about me. I won't talk about you. You enjoy your stupid life. I'll enjoy my stupid life, and that's how it should be.
From the guy that loved... I mean, granted, that's what the show did. That was part of our the format of the show was going after other people and for calling out hypocrisy or they're being stupid or how bad other radio and television shows were. But it's like, don't talk about me. I won't talk about you. You spent 20 years shitting on everybody else,
right?
And then when it comes back to him, it came back worse. Karma came back worse at him than what we were dishing out to other shows and what have you, and he can't handle this.
Leave me alone.
There we go. Kendrick did less damage to Drake.
So good.
Good
so
call.
good.
Good call. All right. Okay. The rest of the radio stuff can move on. Well, we got to mention this, I guess, real quick. I didn't think this was going to happen so fast. I thought the other lawsuit was going to have to be done with before this happened, but every now and then we'll take a look at what's going on with Stuttering John stuff. We don't cover Dabbleverse stuff here. We don't usually get into all that stuff, but we do fully admit that we watch Carl's show. We watch Uncle Rico and what the Shuli Network does, what Cardiff does. Tukey used to do some stuff, but not too much anymore with all of that.
Can I just because I like it, apropos of nothing, the Bob Levy, Pat Dixon show that's happening right now is fantastic. So
I have not seen it. I know of it, but I have not seen it yet.
It's on Pat's channel, and they're killing it. So.
Good on them. So anyway, yeah, if you're not familiar, it's too hard to. There's some documentaries on YouTube that break down the Dabbleverse and everything that's going on with John. I'm forgetting the name of the person who made those things, but and I apologize. I should know, but I don't. They're up on YouTube. You can go and watch them, and it breaks down everything that's been going on. So John got to the point where he was tired of everybody making fun of him, filed a lawsuit against Shuli for his show and Carl for his show. And we're in the pretty much we're close to the end right now, right? That we're waiting another month for the judge's decision.
Mid-August is hopefully there's going to be a resolution by mid-August.
Okay, so about 2 months and hopefully
or sooner, yeah,
be done. Throughout this time, other weird shit has happened. The most recent, I think, time that we covered it was Jordan. We talked about John doing the show at Rodney's in New York City.
Yeah, the one where Anthony was there.
Everybody else showed up there, and John completely tanked his own appearance.
It was so bad.
So bad. And it got to the point where John was getting even more outlandish, was saying horrible shit about Anthony, was sending stuff to Anthony's employer at WABC and Red Apple Media and all of that. And it got to the point where Ant goes, okay, motherfucker, once that lawsuit's done, I am now going to sue you. So we had that waiting in the wings of another lawsuit coming. Then it got to the point where he was striking Shuli's channel so much on YouTube that it was beyond any of your legal rights for copyright or harassment or whatever, that you far exceeded that where you're the harasser, almost threatening, stalking, all of those things apply. And Shuli said, okay, we got enough material to go against you. We're going to file a lawsuit. And again, I thought Shuli was going to wait till this lawsuit was done. Lo and behold, today, Bloomberg, of all outlets, posted that this article here, ex-Howard Stern performer abuses YouTube IP takedowns, lawsuit says. Do you know much about there's only so much Carl and Shuli can actually talk about, but I know you're all friends and stuff. Do you know some of the inside stuff that's going on with all of this?
As far as like this new lawsuit?
Yeah.
Not so much. That's very much a TSN centric thing. The Carl Shuli thing that John filed, I'm a little more familiar with that. The Uncle Rico versus John stuff, that's kind of all on from the Shuli camp. So I know what they're talking about. The amount of DMCA strikes that are pushing Shuli off onto Rumble and making it impossible to carry on like a show on a regular basis. It's a detriment to his show. So I understand why they're doing it. But
subscribers, they're not getting what they're paying for because John is interfering with all of this. So it's costing them money, but it's also costing the people who are paying their money for a subscription what they're paying for.
Yeah. So, and John was invoking a lot of like untruths against Shuli based on, other things,
past employees,
correct, yeah. So it's like unfounded things, speculation, and an insane amount of DMCA strikes on the channel. So, yeah.
YouTube content creator sued as entertainer known as Stuttering John for allegedly submitting false copyright takedown notices to silence their criticism and for making defamatory statements about them. Shuli Egar, the Uncle Rico show. According to the complaint filed Wednesday in the U.S. District Court in the Northern District, it's in Alabama. Okay. They allege Stuttering John, whose legal name is John Melendez, not that anybody would know, violated the Digital Millennium Copyright Act by knowingly submitting at least 27 false takedown notices against their videos, which featured clips of his show with commentary and criticism. This is also leading to financial damages and stuff too. So you're getting slander, you're getting libel, you're getting interference on generating money, providing a service that you're charging for. This is bigger than what John's got going. I don't know how it'll play out in court. It might seem kind of petty depending on the judge, I guess, but all of this adding up. The first court case, this one now, and then when Anthony's thing comes around, it's like, Your Honor, he has a history. Look at these other two cases. If they were all individual, spaced out, I don't know how much damage they would actually do, but this is all building up. And I think John's seriously going to be fucked.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
100%.
And it's amazing that everybody who hates this guy so much are very angry with what's going on. Once this is all settled and revealed this is going to be a field day for everybody. Not just those involved in the lawsuit, but everybody who's been watching this from either up close or from afar. They've kind of kept an eye on it or they're really involved in it. This is just it's a new phase that is coming. Once this is all done. This will be the when they killed off Optimus Prime and Megatron and then all the new Transformers took over. That's what's going to happen here.
there's a real problem with the way that YouTube handles its DMCA strikes, and if nothing else, hopefully it's going to affect some change in that, so it's not all just this AI handled, with no context, taking people down apropos of nothing.
Right.
That's really what people are crying for a change for. And John just, all the details of John's lawyers, all the buffoonish behavior of the original lawsuit, that's going to be the icing on the cake. That's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait.
There's got to be something weird to think that John's going to be the catalyst to get that kind of reform done on YouTube for the takedown strikes. I'm like, he's a guy that can't get out of his own way. He's a moron. Like, all this stuff happens, but what he's doing will probably be a good thing in the long run. And it's like, I don't need him being the good thing in this.
That's like that Simpsons joke where Homer says, "I'm the reason they put all the blue security lights on campus." That's Stuttering John to YouTube.
No.
Can you imagine he'll be infamous for the rest of time, but it's because of his case in law books. Like, this will be studied by future lawyers in every law school around the world for this nonsense. Going into the digital age of law and AI and all this shit, and they go, was it Egar versus Melendez, and then there's Melendez versus Egar and Hamburger, and then Cumia versus Melendez. It's like, how many lawsuits? Oh wait, you didn't even get to the Melendez versus SiriusXM one. 4 lawsuits. Oh wait, there was the other one where it was Melendez versus Sharon Stone's bodyguard. 5 lawsuits. Like, wow, this guy is just a complete piece of garbage, and rightfully
like to
so.
cite the suit Cry versus Baby. Yes, that's just the world's biggest thin-skinned douche filing lawsuits against people he dislikes.
I'm Lionel Hutz.
No, money down. Let's see. Internet celebrity Hellraiser 69. Like his alcoholism is helping others kick their addiction. That is true. There have been people to all these different shows who have reported into the host that, look, I used to be really bad. And, after following this stuff with John Ferlin, it's like, I realized I needed to get my shit together. I needed to get my life together. And they stopped drinking. Wait, you?
So John's the cautionary tale for everyone else's life and bad habits. Nice.
I was like, I don't want to be like that. So
it's like the before and after. He's like the ghost of Christmas future. And you're like, oh, God, no. I got to change my ways.
Hellraiser 69. I'll say I couldn't ask for a better birthday present when the lawsuit came out. Go. Happy birthday, sir. I was not aware. Fantastic. A steak and your beverage of choice, non-alcoholic, based on the situation, and reading the new lawsuit against John Melendez. That sounds like a very great way to spend your birthday evening. So we'll keep tabs on all of that stuff and see how that goes. I can't wait. There are people who we just said, have cleaned up or mend their ways from watching how bad John is as a person, to his family, to his friends, just to himself, to cats. That's still questionable if they're alive or not. But what always got me was not all the other stuff, but how shitty he was to, when you started hearing all the stories about how shitty he was to his family over the years. And not just in the recent years where he's obviously using his mom for money and
ruining her credit.
Else. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's probably under her insurance too for something like that she's paying an arm and a leg for to have him on his or on her insurance. And I've seen other people comment this stuff over time in various chats when stuff came up about his kids, that thing where they changed their last name, they legally changed their last name away from him. There was a lot of guys that I used to see, and it's like, I can't imagine being that way to my kids, or I can't imagine, living, being able to live if my kids thought that of me, or did that to me. But then what kind of a piece of shit am I for allowing that to happen? And Jordan and I talk about that too. Now and then. It's just like whenever the stuff comes up with the kids, it's like he always uses them as a scapegoat. But when you hear about half the shit that he was doing, you're like, Yeah, he deserves everything, if not more, that he's getting for just for that alone.
Do the list, like trying to feed his vegetarian kid beer can chicken, trying to make his son sleep in a bed covered in cat litter, so the kid makes him drive him home. John gets mad and won't say "I love you," and the kid says "I love you" back.
That one really got me.
Yeah, and then there's a podcast of him, shitting on his trans kids, gender fluidity.
I've heard that audio. Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah. So that alone is enough to be like, fuck this guy.
Complete garbage.
Like I'm happy that when my 15-year-old flips me off, I know it's out of love, not out of hate. So it's when that message is different, then I'm gonna be a little upset about it. So
yeah, that's a.
Oh yeah, I did that to her earlier today.
Affection. Yeah.
You gotta get up. And she's like, I'm like,
used to be hugs and kisses. Then they got older. It was, fist bumps. Now it's just you're walking through the hallway like that. Yeah. Morning. In and out.
It's even got to the point where I'm so just like ornery to my children that the other night Eric and I were talking. He's like, put me on speaker. And then he started giving my daughter crap. He's like, get your crap together. And she was like flipping me off. He's like, tell Eric to shut up. And I was like, all right, got a good dynamic here. This is great.
Yes. Very functional family by today's standards.
Yeah, it was fun.
What I have been enjoying, and then we'll move on from this. When Carl watches these, if you're not familiar who Stephanie Miller is, and I knew Stephanie Miller before all of this because I used to see her ads in the trades for like radio records and All Access and stuff. She's a liberal talk show host. And they used to have ads in industry publications to try to generate more affiliates. Mm-hmm. It was a way for other stations, like if you had a news talk station or some kind of personality driven station and we're looking for something different, whatever, you would see Stephanie Miller's ads with her specs and stuff for her audience breakdown, whatever. And then there was this other woman named Kim Commando, which she was just like a tech. You know that name?
Yeah, I know Kim Commando. Yeah, she came up either. It's either I heard her through Big O and Dukes, or I think I heard her on in the radio around here in this area. So yeah,
she would do like tech talk stuff, right?
Not to interrupt you, but just to tie things more together, since we already talked about Opie a little bit. Stephanie Miller was on with Opie's mentor, Brother Weeze.
Yeah,
here locally in Rochester. Right. Stephanie Miller was Sister Sleaze with Brother Weeze. So this is all.
How'd that work out for her?
Poorly. No.
Okay.
Yeah, she bailed. No.
Who do you think was worse? You may not know this name, but who was the worst? A worse female co-host for Brother Weeze? Sister Sleaze, Stephanie Miller, or Lily from the Ron and Fez show? Do you remember?
I'm not aware of Lily. No.
Yeah, Lily didn't even last a year. She came in and it was a glorious dumpster fire when she left New York to go for that, because everyone was like, how the fuck did she get that job? And then we heard them, it was like, that's their funeral.
Because the show sucks.
Yeah. But anyway, Stephanie Miller, for many years, I was a conservative, liberal talk show host, did very well for AM radio, considering AM radio doesn't really do well with liberal programming. For what she was doing on a syndicated basis, did fairly well. Well, she would do these after hours things, these members only kind of content, kind of specialty shows where she overly curses for some reason. It's like the days when shows were on radio and they just get the satellite and then they're like, fuck shit, like doing that all the time.
You've been holding it in for 20 years.
Yeah, and like that whole first week, you're like, all right, tone it down. You don't need to say everything anymore.
Yeah, so edgy.
Happens. Well, Carl got a treasure trove from somebody of these videos, of these subscription member videos. And one of the things I love the most is how terrible John is. I mean, you could just stop it right there. But how terrible John is when he says something, he has to lead you into the joke, like let you know that's where you laugh. It's an old Milton Berle technique. There's a lot of stuff where Milton Berle was on TV, he would do his hokey act. Good for the time, I guess, but it was hokey. But if he was around other comics and stuff, he always had to get up and make a face, or he had to do something shuck and jive if somebody else got the attention for a moment, or if he said a line, he'd go, huh, like that. He would elbow you or hit you in the leg so you knew to laugh. That was the laugh. Yeah. John does this thing where is it? Oh, yo, and then I did this. Like it's like his jaw unhinges like a snake, and he just swings his head around, looking at everybody. He's doing the motion. You need to laugh. You got to laugh.
Yeah.
It's funny, right? Every time it takes you out of the moment, no matter what's going on. Or if somebody else is bombing even more in the conversation, he just goes like that. I was like, I want to grab his mouth while it's open and just like that and snap it like a lobster claw.
Yeah.
We
literally saw video of him nudging the engineer in the ribs, doing a get it. He actually did. Yes. Yep.
Funny.
That's where the jokes are. I know you can't tell because of the punchline, but you're supposed to be laughing now.
Yeah. Fuck you, John. Is where
John Melendez, old vaudeville actor.
Old.
Yeah. He's the opposite of Milton Berle. He got a very tiny dick.
Nobody cares about him at all. All right. Moving on to other things. If you're in here, hit the like button, hit subscribe, get yourself a membership. Maybe if you're feeling like you want to treat yourself, please do so. Before we get into other things we have to talk about, Andy, do you have anything you want to discuss? Is there anything that's rattling around in that head of yours that you'd like to talk about?
You better I mean, you got to keep it under 2 hours.
Yeah, right. No, I mean, I'm very excited about the video game topic, and I don't know what you wanted to move into next, but as far as just things that are pressing on my head, I don't know. I was leaning into your topics.
Yeah. Done any concerts lately? Because I haven't been to one in a while.
Well, I'll tell you what I just talked about on my show, which is Chris Kattan turning into Stuttering John. Have you seen Chris Kattan lately?
I've seen a lot of Rob Schneider because of like his political leanings, but I haven't seen a lot of Chris Kattan.
I saw something with Chris. It might have been years ago, but he did not look good. Like he looked
that's the
bloated. I don't know if he's got some sort of disease or something like that. He looks terrible.
Oh, I can tell you that.
It was on Carl's show. It was some podcast or something that he was on.
I brought him up in Hackamania in Vegas, and then I revisited it this week. But he was doing a Golden Girls sketch on SNL, and he did a Chevy Chase-esque pratfall and landed on the edge of the chair on his neck and broke his neck. And then continued working on SNL because he didn't want to lose the gig, and then ended up getting 5 screws in his neck and going on to abuse pain pills and alcohol and just melting into basically what Stuttering John looks like these days. And
jeez, that's crazy.
Yeah, but he turned into like a shadow of himself, but he still had this fan base. And the thing that we featured at Hackamania was his new wife, who is Maria Libri, and she is a dime. She's very good looking, and she was a big fan of his old work. And there's an interview of her interviewing him, and her husband is videotaping it, and you can watch her leave her husband for Chris Kattan in this 11-minute video.
Real time?
Yeah, she's cucking her husband and leaving him right in front of her ex. So
I was gonna say, I just looked. Yeah, I'm just looking at like a picture of him. They're announcing that he was getting engaged to Marla Libri, and it looks like they had taken his neck and cut it off, so he looks down like that. He looks weird.
He looks like, remember when Ernest used to do the old lady aunt? Like that?
Right.
That's kind of what he looks like now.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a
so they have a
change,
shitty new show called What's Up, Peeps? It sucks.
It's weird because like I had just, and we'll talk about it in segment 2, I just saw the new Scary Movie, and Sherry O'Terry's in it. And she's older. She, like Chris Kattan, they're all from the same era of SNL.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks like she'd had her face pulled back. Like she just looks tight-faced.
She was like, cute when she was on there.
She was.
And she was very MILF-like.
The cheerleader bit with Carol, that was always good. And she was in. We also watched it was Jim Brewer doing stand up. He's got the best impression. So it was a story about a Twilight Zone sketch that Sherry O'Terry was in, but it was also Norm being Rod Serling, and then Chris and Jim Brewer were also in it, and Pamela Anderson is in bed, and they're all the pig face people from that episode, and everybody's just like going on and on about how hot Pam Anderson is. But Jim Brewer's Norm and Chris impressions are outstanding, and that's what makes that bit super funny. So check out Jim Brewer's Twilight Zone bit.
Of course,
check that one out.
Yeah. Definitely will have to do that. I never was really a Chris Kattan fan.
No, nobody is.
When I really hated him was the episode of Saturday Night Live where The Rock was on.
Oh, it was Mr. Peepers.
Yes, thank you. I couldn't think of the monkey's name.
The second you said The Rock, I knew it was when he and The Rock both did a Mr. Peepers.
Yeah, and that's when I'm like, I am done. Like, I didn't give a shit about him being in the what is it, Night at the Roxbury?
Yeah,
that movie. Like when he was doing in that bit. But when
Mr. Peepers and Papa Peepers, and it's like,
I was just like, I don't like him. Usually, anybody on Saturday Night Live. You have your favorites, you have the ones you whatever, but you can find something in their body of work. They're like, oh, they did good with that. There's nothing. Yeah. There's nothing with Chris Kattan that I could look back and go, oh yeah, that's the bit that I like that he did. Nothing.
Yeah, he's just like, look how like what a twink I am, and he does that mango character.
Yeah, you don't
like
want the mango.
Effeminate. Yeah, that
he was the like male stripper that all the guys were into. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, you know what? I keep forgetting to bring up was Gay Hitler that he would do on the news. He would come out like it was Hitler, but dressed in pink gear, and that was like
Eric, write that down. That's the show title, by the way.
Gay Hitler. Maybe the only funny thing Chris Kattan ever did.
Right. Let's see if we can push that past Apple.
We're kicking off Pride Month. Why not just go for
Gay Hitler
gusto with that?
It's better than blue hot dogs, which we have not gotten to yet.
Oh, you want to do that? We can do that.
No, we can talk about
that. Are you a basketball fan, Andy?
Not so much. No.
Nah, nobody really is. Everyone
was going to say I hate basketball.
Well,
it's so boring.
I mean,
says that they are
college. It's NFL football, but NCAA basketball. The competition is better in March Madness.
Oh, so you're the one guy that was talking about March Madness this year because nobody else was bringing it up.
Do you like college basketball, or is it because you gamble? Do you gamble on it?
No, I just think that the NBA, it's all just like slam dunk contest. It's all just high scoring scoreboard, whereas there's more fundamentals and teamwork in college. Yeah, that's all.
I saw a clip the other day that I think LeBron James must have like started running at the half court line, didn't dribble once, and then did a layup, and then they're like, "Yeah, look at him go." I'm like,
"Yeah,
this motherfucker's literally in a golf cart going to the basket. Like, why are they letting him take that many steps?" I guess I just don't understand basketball anymore.
I do love the compilations that show up on social media now and then. That just some of them are just labeled like LeBron James is a fucking baby, and then it's showing him doing like European football dives, where on the court where he's like screaming and crying and complaining, trying to get it
flopping soccer flops.
Thank you. Yeah. But you see those videos show up now and then. Like I don't watch NBA at all, and I was like, wow, I thought LeBron was pretty beloved. I thought he was up there with. And then you see all the old heads from NBA's past where they're like, oh, he's good, but he's not. You know, he's not. He's not Jordan good. He's not Magic Johnson good. He's not even Larry Bird good. And you're like, wow.
Yeah, well, they all like he's the GOAT, and then I was like, why? He hasn't earned that title. Michael earned that title. Magic Johnson earned that. I've seen those clips. I'm like, yeah, he's kind of an idiot. Now he's trying to get his son to be like the next thing, and I'm like, fuck basketball.
Yeah, no, I was always an NBA Jams fan. So, and
can't buy a bucket.
Yeah, and I'd use the cheat codes to get like Bill Clinton. Yep.
Or the mascots, like I'm running around as the gorilla from the Suns. I'm like,
they had Bill Clinton. They had
Hillary Clinton was
Prince Charles was at one of the codes.
Yeah.
I think was it DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince? I think they had codes too. But yeah, I always remember. I'm sorry,
Dick Vitale used to call the.
He's on fire.
Yeah, that way.
But you would see
buy a bucket.
You did the Clinton code thing because you would see it in the arcade too. people would get the Clinton thing, and you just see him as he's flying through there. He's wearing a suit, but the tie would go flying all, like to the side as he goes to do it, and you're like, this game's ridiculous and incredible at the same time.
Yeah, it was Jazzy Jeff. They actually had the Beastie Boys, but I've never actually seen that.
I never knew that. No.
Yeah,
and I think they tied in with, was it Terminator or Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat. So they had like Raiden, Sub-Zero, Scorpion.
Yeah. I knew there was another game.
It's all tying into the video game.
Because it was all Midway.
Too. I can't wait to get to that.
Well, it's because Midway was the one that put the Mortal Kombat out at the time. And
okay. So they went through their
so it was all
roster,
tied in, because all that stuff.
Yeah, but I remember reading in Nintendo Power that you could play as Bill Clinton as a. I'm like, why would you want to? But yes, I am going to.
You could do Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, and Al Gore. So, like, why would you want to run it? Yeah, Al Gore.
I didn't know Hillary was in it.
Yeah, Hillary.
Or Al Gore. Who wants to play as Al Gore? He just stands there and does nothing. Bill Clinton. Yes. You play with Bill Clinton. I think he had a run boost, like a.
Sir, someone bought your book.
Yeah. Celebration time. Anyway, so back to basketball. Yeah, it stinks, but I know people like it during playoff time. Just like most sports, everybody's a bandwagon fan when your team, your local team, gets into the playoffs, and if they get into the finals, then everybody's all, lifers are starting to show up. Like, I've been down since Patrick Ewing. Really? When was the last time you went to a game? When Patrick Ewing was there. Oh, so the early 90s.
92, 93, baby.
So it's a big deal here. They had to close off a lot of the streets during the playoff games for the Knicks because they were expecting it to be of Philadelphia fan proportions of people climbing up light posts, knocking over fixtures, starting fires, fist fights, riots, whatever. Well, they win the playoffs, and lo and behold, the state Madison Square Garden just empties out onto 7th Avenue into 34th, and it's all blocked off. You would think the Macy's Day Parade, which is across the street, was happening with the amount of people out there. Seeing all the video live shots, like Channel 4 has their people out there, which is the NBC affiliate in New York City, and they're out there talking, the people going crazy. There's no destruction. I mean, people are going crazy, celebrating whatever, loud. There's nobody climbing shit. There's no fires. And I go, what the fuck are we doing here?
Nobody ate horse shit?
Why are we the ones
trying to get home at a decent hour?
I got to get to work. I can only riot for another hour, and then I got to get on the LIRR and go home. It's like, why are we leading by example? Why are we the ones that have to do this? We saw Philadelphia burn half their city down when they won. We also saw them burn half their city down when they lost. Like, they did not care. LA does the same thing. Like, we had to be the wholesome one with this.
Right. Set an example, New York.
Must be the mayor. He's doing a great job.
Yeah.
Flying around. He's like, not today, sir.
Sprinkling his genie dust everywhere.
He signed a proclamation. Kids can stay up a little later. I mean, he's doing good works out there.
Yeah, he just had a gay fashion show in Gracie Mansion to celebrate Pride Week. There was gay and trans people holding a runway fashion show in the mayor's office there. Great. Charlie, can't you see? Don't you know you're hypnotizing me with any people that say my team are annoying me? Yes, I am with you. There's like, oh, my team. I bleed Knicks blue. It's like,
blue and orange.
Really? All of that. It's like, I want to see you bleed red now that you just say that. I can help you with that. Let's do that. So in the streets, they're fine. They're civil. You're like, all right, they're celebrating, but it's kind of underwhelming. You want to see something on fire. You want to see some arrests, some trucks flip. Nothing happened. But online was a whole different scenario. First, we're going to start off with local businesses around the New York City area are doing all of this stuff. I saw on one of the news things here, they went to a Dunkin' Donuts that was doing special Knicks-based donuts and cupcakes and all of this stuff there for whatever price they were doing. Every time the Knicks win, you can come in and get these cheap Knicks decorated donuts. They were on there. Well, other food places are doing stuff to celebrate the Knicks going on. If the Knicks win, free pizza slices and, burger plate, all that kind of stuff. This place I've been to, It's an old-fashioned hot dog place. It's fantastic. But I don't like what they're doing here with this promotion. Check this out.
4, baby! We're giving away 500 hot dogs!
It's unsettling.
Yo, check out the limited edition 40-day marinated Kool-Aid Knickerbockers 9-inch.
All right, that guy was about to go start punching that guy, but he finished the Knickerbocker right after it. But 40-day marinated, they just got into the finals there. So this was being planned ahead of time.
Yeah, whoop. Monday, game 3, 1950 originals. Pull up, get your glizzies, meet us.
I hate the term glizzies for hot dogs.
I hate the term glizzy. Why? Okay, so here's the thing. This is the same thing as the McDonald's guy. You're holding a whole pot full of blue or greenish or teal hot dogs, and the guy taking a bite trying to sell this is not eating one of them because he probably tastes like shit.
Yes.
It looks like Logan Paul.
I ain't biting that. Yeah. That's a normal dog.
It's that one has like blue ketchup or something on there. They dyed the mustard blue, whatever's on there. These ones are blue. You're right. Nobody's touching this stuff here.
No, he's not even sampling it.
No, it's like I want my hot dogs soaking in charcoalberry fin for 40 days.
Yeah. Blue wieners. That's what you're supposed to do, ladies.
Yes.
Hacka.
Pull up, get your glizzies, meet us.
And the glizzies thing, we got to keep pointing this out. It was a local Washington D.C. term. A regional rapper in that area used the term glizzy for Glocks, for murdering cops and people. And somehow TikTok took it, and glizzy means hot dog. It has to stop. Every time I see a hot dog video show up, I write in there, I'm like, stop fucking saying glizzies.
It's the on fleek of 2025.
No cap. I would have loved if he would have dropped that. Like this, I don't like the way this looks.
There's no blue food on purpose. Blue food doesn't exist, and when you see it, it's off-putting. Especially the way this guy's eating it.
Terrible screen cap right there.
I was just going to say this might have to be part of the thumbnail.
Yeah, but I thought I saw Chippa bringing up the Kool-Aid pineapple at the top of the show, and they said these are soaked in Kool-Aid. Why is it a thing now?
Well, that's what they've done that. So they have this thing like they've been soaking like pickles in like red Kool-Aid and stuff like that, and I've had those, and I'm just like, they're not good.
But that was like State Fair and Carnival shit.
Yeah,
they would
like
do that with fried dough
thing.
too.
Ugh.
Yeah.
People
need blue hot dog.
People aren't fat and disgusting enough that we need to keep finding better ways to ruin all the good food. A good hot dog on its own is delicious, but also equally terrible for you. Right? They're not the best foods, but you don't need to go even further to try to ruin them when they're going to ruin you in their normal state.
Yeah. I think this guy's trying to cover it, and you guys brought up the gay and A's. That's what it looks like he is putting on that.
I'm going to add that into that too. Gay and A's. Good job.
It's Pride Month. We got to use it.
I didn't want to steal your punchline, but it didn't sound like you were going to work that in there.
You want that guy to they had those old banned Canadian PSAs where the lady was carrying the pot in the kitchen, slips, and then the hot boiling water falls on her and scars her face, like her skin's melting off. Right. She's screaming. You kind of want that to happen to them. Like he trips on that step coming out there. Look at that. Slips on the mat,
I wanted those to
falls
fall
over.
A hot dog goes up his ass.
Yeah, that I don't know how it happened, but the cops aren't questioning anything. They're just more concerned about the scalding blue hot dog water that turned the black guy into a pile of bones here.
It's the birthplace of Skeletor. If those his face burns off, it was just a bucket of blue hot dogs.
Well, considering how poorly that movie's getting reviewed right now, that could be how Jared Leto's Skeletor came to be.
The funny thing is, I keep hearing that like his portrayal of Skeletor is actually the best parts of the movie. And I'm like,
all you have to do is say Jared Leto is in this, and you know it's going to suck.
Well, It's been a little over a week, and they've already took the projections down from 50 to 60 million to now it's like 30 something million.
They lowered it a lot.
They lowered it a lot within the last 2 weeks. And also how He-Man dealt. This is a big headline with a lot of things. How He-Man dealt with toxic masculinity. I'm like, you just killed the fucking movie.
You just got every bro from the 80s wanting to go see this for nostalgic reasons. You just said, guess what? It's woke as shit. And I hate that term, and I'm very left-leaning, but like, Jesus Christ, come on.
It can't be more woke than the Kevin Smith animated one that came out like last year or the year before. Remember that?
It was good, but it was Tila. They made it all Tila's story.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. Like it's like the Mandalorian season 4 when he's just like kissing his girlfriend's feet the whole fucking time. What the fuck is this now?
How do we get rid of He-Man for this entire run of the He-Man series? Oh, how about he tries to call the power without the sword to conduct the power properly? He goes full feral and is just running around like a caveman while Tila and the women get shit done, get everything sorted out.
So stupid. It can't be worse than that. So this movie will probably do just fine. I mean, it's for children. Bring your kids.
I hope so. I just spent $40 on a sword there, so I really need this movie to deliver on some aspect of it. Oh,
no, Beastman on the IMDb. That's the only thing I saw. I was just like, what the fuck?
Beastman's in there. I mean, that from what I hear, they're so packed full of characters that they don't have time to develop any of them, and the movie is an hour and 2 hours and 20 minutes long.
Yeah, Neck and Neck look cool. Trapjaw look cool. Yeah, there's some.
I heard they keep making too many Fisto jokes in there. I'm like, yeah, I get it, low hanging fruit, but whatever.
No Orko, get out of here.
That's the only thing I've heard is that I've not heard anybody say if Orko is in it or not.
We're gonna save some characters and wait for the sequel.
Well,
really, Orko? You're gonna wait on Orko when this movie Look, it's one thing if you're waiting on Hordak, right, to expand the universe to She-Ra and all that other shit. That I get. Second or third movie, fully understand. But day one,
Orko's got to be in.
You got to have Orko there. They don't. I had mentioned to you last week, Jordan, that I could not find Skeletor on the toy pegs.
Right.
In any of the few remaining outlets that actually sell toys anymore.
All he could find was copies of Square Pegs with Sarah Jessica Parker.
Right. And they didn't have, I couldn't find, they had some Mechanic stuff. There was a lot of, for He-Man being the center of this franchise, there was a lot of He-Man on the pegs at the toy stores there. No Skeletor. No Evelyn. Like all of them were gone. So what does that tell you? That the villains are more popular than the main hero. If you want to see anything He-Man, you want to see Skeletor. I guess Evelyn is added into there. You do want to see Beastman, Trapjaw, those kind of people. And you want to see He-Man. You don't really give it. You care somewhat about Skeletor's minions, his friends, whatever you want to call it. You don't really, other than Orko, I don't think you really give a shit about the rest of He-Man's friends. If they all fucked off, like if Ram Man didn't show up for work, I don't think anybody's caring, right? They'll figure out another way to do it. So I told you I couldn't find any Skeletor stuff. Well, lo and behold, after that show, about a day or two later somewhere, and kid wants to go through the toy section or what have you, was not on the peg in the He-Man section. It was just laying on another shelf somewhere else because why would anybody do their job at these stores and organize and everything? But the new Skeletor.
Nice.
That looks great.
$10.
I used to have all those toys when I was younger.
Yeah. So I still have all mine. I have all my original He-Man stuff, Snake Mountain, Castle Grayskull, all that's there. Even the one they did on the Cartoon Network in the early 2000s, which I really enjoyed. That
wasn't bad.
Too. That one in the 90s was terrible. But
it looked too futuristic and weird. Like they just got way off base.
It was garbage. But that one they did in the 2000s, they had 3 seasons on there, was fantastic. I have some of those figures there too. And then when they did the anniversary stuff from Mattel, I got that. So I got this here, right? Then somebody I know said, hey, I heard you couldn't find a Skeletor thing. I found this at the store. I picked it up for you. I was like, oh, I just found one, but thank you. And then they hand it to me. I go, oh, I don't have this one. This is kind of cool. And I'm looking at it and I go, what the fuck is going on with this thing? So this is Skeletor It says the cartoon version, so it's the Filmation version, right?
Okay, yeah.
Pride Month version.
I don't kinda. Wait till you see how his outfit is. He has detachable faces, right? He's supposed to be invisible because he's using Orko's cloak.
So Orko is in it. No, that's a fucking.
No,
that's
weird.
old shit. Come on.
Yeah, but he you can see he's clear purple, whatever it is. But he's wearing Orko's Orko only has the one outfit.
Oh yeah, remember Manny faces? You twist
I love
the
Manny
head,
faces.
head around. Yeah, that kind of looks like that.
You always had one friend who had
Triclops.
You always had one friend that fucked up Manny faces because you try to click it into the right face and they broke the thing, so you put it here and it keeps going back to the green beast thing. And you're like, no, I'm trying to get the robot. I'm trying to get his regular face. But anyway, so he's wearing an invisibility helmet. This is like look, at least they did the old style artwork that used to be.
It's a rainbow logo. It's definitely the Pride Month,
right?
Skeletor.
So he's there and he's invisible and stuff. And then it says Orko's cloak. What the hell happened to Orko that he's wearing the fucking cloak?
Murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Or there's just like a blue imp naked laying in the forest somewhere.
Weird.
But I don't even know what this ties into. Like, why is this a thing?
You want to see a really cool tie-in?
I didn't even pay for this and I want to take it back.
Yeah. That's the right answer.
Don't worry.
Sell it on eBay.
We're at home. And it's like this shit. It's like, no thanks. Do you want to see a better He-Man tie-in before we move on?
Please.
Oh, yes. Look at that.
I will be buying that bundle.
We got ourselves some Fortnite stuff for He-Man, so I'm very excited for that. Actually,
I will be buying that bundle. I'm hitting everything lately. I got the Eminem skin last week. Finally, after 2 years, it came back. I got that. Now He-Man's coming in, so I'll buy that bundle.
Eminem like Slim Shady or the green, the yellow peanut
M&M? Giant M&Ms. No wonder he get hit.
I just bought the female M&M and she can't really run in the heels.
Yeah. It's making me so horny.
So funny.
And hungry at the same time.
Feelings about this right now. It's weird.
Do you remember? All right, real quick. Here's a member-berry moment for you. Do you remember there was an old M&M's commercial where it was kids playing Little League and they thought how well you would do during Little League was determined by the color of the M&M that you ate?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember this commercial?
It's been a while.
He's like, and what is this one? This one, you send it downtown. He's like, oh, I'll take that one. He goes, oh, no, that's for me. Here's a triple. And like, give him this color here. That means
white, brown.
Yeah, something like, well, it was the black kid giving it to other people. So like, if you were eating that, what color they ate determined how well they did in the game. I would just be pulling the Aussie method. It's like, I only want a fucking glass of brown M&M's so that I'm constantly hitting home runs. While
I had to kill the shopkeeper with his own shoes. It's a Wayne's World 2 reference.
Oh, that's Wayne's World.
That was part 2, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, and look at this one. Look at that. Look at little Jordan and Big Jordan. So I still got some Battle Cat. I love that stuff.
Nice.
Look at that.
I know.
Yeah, I have all my
had
stuff
to recreate
in cases over there, all my He-Man stuff. I've got the Funko He-Man line. I've got the old He-Man line. I got the new I have this. I'll show you this. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Because we have the vamp while
talk amongst yourselves.
Looks for his toys.
Yes.
Sure, yeah, no, I actually, like my mom.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that was only your responsibility on the show to show your toys.
Well, mine are easily accessible. You have to go to a vault. Yeah, I used to collect He-Man toys a lot when I was a kid. Like my mom, like it was my sister. She was like 2 years younger than me, like a year and a half. So like whenever we were good kids, we would always go and to the store. And these, at this point, they were cheap. They were like $8 a toy. Yeah. And my sister would get, her Barbie stuff, and I would always get He-Man, and I would collect all of them. I had like Buzz Off, and it was like, oh look, it's just a bee, and I'm like, they're getting real lazy, but they need to sell toys. Like, Transformers and, inventing new characters. And yeah, like I remember they were so gimmicky where they had like, I think Moss Man, they always had that weird felt fleet feeling to it.
Moss Man was cool.
Core had that weird off smell.
He was your gateway drug.
Skunk Man was it?
Yeah.
Skunkor was his name.
Skunkor.
You remember? Because He-Man always had something, always had to have man or at the end of the name.
Right.
You know, like that was just how you labeled everything. Moss Man was your gateway drug into Yankee Candles. Because he was fuzzy and he smelled fantastic, and you're like, one day I'm going to replicate
like grass.
this.
That's
weird. The giant.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So they sit there.
I love it.
It's so solid.
You could take somebody out with that.
Yeah, you probably kill someone with that one.
This is almost like the old what was it? The old LBJ wrestling figures from the 80s. They were just giant blocks of rubber. You'd swing and knock out your friend's teeth.
Somebody,
yeah. You should put that on the top of a staff. It would be like a staff on a staff, hat on a hat joke. But yeah, we were always G.I. Joe guys. I have a twin brother, so I was always the villains and he was always the heroes. And I recently
really cool
Cobra
stuff.
had the better shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say they always had the better vehicles.
Firefly, Scrap Iron, those are the.
I always wanted the aircraft carrier, like everybody else. I never got it.
Have that.
I had the hovercraft, and I had the rest of my stuff was Cobra stuff. I had
the Tomcat, I had the plane, and I had a lot of Cobra stuff.
I had the giant black Cobra plane that also had the smaller plane on top.
The Blackbird? That was still a Joe vehicle, I think.
No, this was jet black. I think.
Yeah,
I think it was like the Baroness's plane.
Probably.
Had that.
The Rattler was the Cobra plane.
I had the. Remember they had like a Cajun Bayou division of Cobra.
The Zartan.
Was it Zartan stuff?
The Dreadnoughts.
Yeah. I had a helicopter that had like a double blade that spun within each other. Only worked once, and then the blades got all fucked up.
They bent just enough where they couldn't actually move now anymore.
Right.
Worst.
But I want to show you this, Andy. Look at this.
Still jealous of that.
You get this at Cinemark movie theaters. This is your fucking drink cup.
I was just gonna say, does that come out? Is that like a flask that looks like it comes apart?
Yeah. Yeah, there it is.
Fuck yeah.
I want to just drink out of that thing constantly.
Yeah, I didn't put the straw in here, but there's a giant red straw that you put in here. And this fills this is your beverage, and you're just sitting there.
So you're not tilting it up.
Does it come with like a funnel? How do you put liquid in that?
I don't know.
I think it looks like it comes apart in the middle.
I don't know how you fill
it's
this
full
thing
of Skittles.
Up. But you're sitting there under the Coca-Cola freestyle machine trying to get the right angle. To get cherry vanilla Coke Zero right into it.
I'd be funneling Jim Beam into it.
I was actually shitting on the popcorn bucket for Castle Grayskull because it's like, okay, first of all, it's not green, so that was annoying. But then I saw a video of this thing, and it's not just a popcorn holder. It's a drink holder because it actually has like a section of like the turret that comes off. And you can fill it with liquid. It's got a little spot in the top where you can put candy in it. I'm like, oh, you can do a lot with this thing. Yeah. I would eat dinner out of this. So like I kind of want to see if I can grab that.
Everybody at Thanksgiving is eating.
Yeah, that's the fancy China Castle Grayskulls and giant swords.
Well, remember the other popcorn bucket where it's like Skeletor's on his throne and He-Man's like on the stairs approaching him, and it's just the back opens up like a fucking kid's bank. It's just this little drawer opens up in the back. It's like you put your popcorn here. Like this is a complete waste of fucking money. Now everyone's seeing how bad some of this shit is because they're just peddling terrible toys.
Right.
With the Lobo popcorn bucket for Supergirl.
That one's terrible.
It's him on his bike, like space bike or whatever it is. They open it up and the hole is just big enough to put like your soda in, but they're dumping the popcorn into that. So you got this giant piece of plastic, a little hole that holds barely any popcorn. They're like, this is a $40 popcorn bucket. It's like, fuck this.
What a racket.
Now now it's like it went from being creative to you're just peddling shitty toys and saying they're popcorn buckets.
And they were already ripping you off with the cost of popcorn there. Now they're just figured out a way to rip you off.
Yeah, like now the buckets are like, I mean, at the cheapest are like now $50. That sword was what, 40?
40, yeah.
Yeah. for a drink for a giant sword flask.
That's a ripoff too. But to me, who likes that stuff, that's worth it for me. Everybody else,
I'm not already on the notify me when available list when it comes back to Cinemark Online.
That sword is rad. I mean,
it really
that's
is.
That's what you need. Not this fucking Lobo thing. I didn't even know he was in that.
I'm trying to get
movie.
proper mounts to hang it up over there, so that it's just up over like back in the day of like Game of Thrones or something, where they would hang their swords over the fireplace in their mantles, whatever.
Yeah, just when you're called into war, you can just go grab the sword.
It's just going to hang up there to be a waste of money, but hopefully a nice conversation piece. We didn't finish with the Knicks fans though. We talked about the blue stuff. We did not talk about the fact that they went hard against Elmo from Sesame Street.
Yeah, like what a weird rivalry online.
So Elmo, the Sesame Street account, posted something that said, Elmo hopes both teams have fun, and then a bunch of basketball emojis. And that turned into everybody shit-talking Elmo and the cast of Sesame Street.
Jesus Christ.
Let's see right
New
here.
York has no chill sometimes.
Elmo hopes both teams have fun. Wendy's even said, not now, Elmo. This guy says, this isn't the time for sportsmanship, Elmo. These streets ain't Sesame. Pick a side, coward.
Grover says Elmo's a mark-ass buster.
Elmo's sorry.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Elmo.
Oh, look at that.
Elbow.
Elmo, you're from the city. Pick a side, man. Pick a side, you pussy.
Jesus Christ.
Elmo, you're a Bert and Ernie.
Yeah. Elmo, this is the first time I'm not rocking with you. You're going to root for your city, man. All right. So these are a little bit more tame. I want to show you a different screen where...
That's so funny.
Where is that one? It's these are the people who were quote tweeting Elmo. And this is where it got creative and worse. And everyone, I'm laughing at this, and I go, it's like, this is what Philadelphia fans would do. Remember when they booed Santa and they were throwing batteries
at him?
Yeah.
It's like it's fucking Santa Claus.
Yeah, they don't give a shit about this. But here we go. Here's what does it say here? If you're neutral in situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor. Sure, Elmo. You live in New York City, you fucking traitor, piece of shit centrist. Don't you dare forget your roots, you little red fuck. Nix that last message, Elmo. Didn't you mean to? Oh yeah, this was Elmo's response. He responded today. Nix that last message, Elmo didn't mean to spur you on. So Elmo's talking shit.
Oh, now Elmo's clapping back a little bit.
Yeah,
that's good.
Elmo's a confirmed bisexual. Again, Grover clears. Elmo, you have to pick the Knicks gang. Here's Larry David beating the shit out of Elmo.
I remember that. Yeah.
You coward, pick the Knicks for real. You're a friend to all is a friend to none, Elmo.
Nobody said you talk more trash than Oscar. That's not in there. Come on.
I didn't say they were creative. I just said they were
I mean, creativity is not very, very on point. They're just yelling obscenities to a giant puppet.
Elmo, fuck you and everything you stand for.
He's a great show title.
No, Elmo. The write them down while I'm reading them then, because I'm not
Happy Pride Month. No Elmo.
The winner will win and the loser will feel like shit. That's how competition works. You don't get to have fun if you lose. That's the price you pay. Like you're yelling at a fictitious Muppet. Completely unacceptable tweet. This is bad, and you should feel bad about yourself. Elmo, you dead ass from New York. Stop, Elmo. You can't be both sides on this one. You centrist puppet. And of course, they got to have the Palestinian flags posted with that. I'm so sick of centrist New Yorkers. He's talking about Israel and Palestine. A cult. Yeah, it's getting worse. It's just going down here.
Or the Knicks in the Israel Palestine.
Release the Epstein files, Elmo. Jesus.
Kaufman Astoria Studios, come and get your man. No loyalty. So now they're doxing where Sesame Street is.
Right.
Elmo, sit this one out. Cowardly tweet. Elmo.
It's like they're trying to get Elmo fired, and it's a goddamn puppet.
Yeah. Jim Henson is spinning in his grave.
Right.
Fuck off, you red belly, cowardly, scaredy cat fence sitter. Grow a pair and stand for something.
What is Elmo Spanish for?
Elmo, don't forget the streets raised you. Pick us. Oh, this one says the N-word. Pick a side, you centrist. Fuck N-word.
Go ahead and say it. No one's watching.
Come on now, Elmo. Oscar and Mr. Hooper not going to let you back in the bodega if you don't support. Isn't Mr. Hooper dead? He died decades ago.
Dead a while ago.
Yeah.
I hate a neutral ass bitch. Stand for something, you hoe.
Jesus Christ.
This one says N-word, shut the fuck up. I don't even know, but this is showing pictures of monkeys. I'm not going to address that.
now they're just getting.
Quickly scroll down to.
Yeah, we got to.
We'll
cut this out of the final product.
Thanks, X.
Pick a side. N-word. Yeah.
All right, maybe.
Fickle Me, Elmo.
Now you're.
Did you say
Elmo's,
Fickle Me, Elmo?
Yeah.
Write that down.
Elmo's feed is just an N-word tower now.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
A lot of there's a lot more N-words being used now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the creativity start at the top and it just degrades eventually as you keep going lower and lower.
I hope Elmo gets priced out of New York and has to move to New Jersey. Not an acceptable answer. You have to hope that both teams lose. There's no AI photoshops of Elmo. No backbone at all. Elmo, a lot of it's a lot of this stuff here. It's like you're accusing him of siding with against a rape victim, where it's like Charlie is just picking the side of oppressors, and you're like, what the fuck? It's a puppet.
Yeah, this is like the new Me Too or I Can't Breathe movement. It's just they're all going against Elmo and his lack of taking a stance on which basketball team should win.
Yeah, we get an image of Elmo eating a blue hot dog.
Right.
This is
the worst of both worlds.
Just junk. Come on, Elmo. If you don't stand for something, you fall for everything. Hamilton, I think.
Yeah, quote that.
But you know what? This is the kind of publicity that Tukey would have loved to have had.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I got to send it over to Rocco. I go, look what the run Elmo's getting here. Put something out there against, be on the side of the Spurs or something.
Yeah, shit on the Rockies. Shit on Colorado.
Jeez. Can you imagine the field day Rocco would have if they're just calling Tukey the N-word throughout all the Twitter replies?
He would love it.
Yeah, he'd be going crazy with it.
He would lean into it. He put a do-rag on his puppet and start running around outside the stadium.
Yeah, the Knicks fans are crazy.
Seriously.
If you're in here, hit the like button, hit subscribe, get yourself a membership. It does help. All of those things help us out. So no matter what you choose to do, if you do one of them at least, we will appreciate you and love you forever. Before we get into, how much time do you have with us, Andy?
All night.
That's
I wouldn't say that. We've been told all night is not an option, Andy. We're at 2 hours and 6 minutes. We got
5.5 hours. Whatever the record is.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'm going to show you
server space.
Show you guys one more thing, and then we're going to move on. We'll take a break, and then we'll do segment 2, where we talk about television, movies, streaming updates, the video game stuff, all of that fun stuff for you. If you all have to know the big thing with AI. We talked last week about all those college speeches that were happening for graduation ceremonies, where they were all mentioning AI, and all the students were just booing. Just loudly and nonstop over this stuff. And that one smug asshole from Big Machine Records saying it's like, it's a tool, it's the future, get used to it. Like he's just
and he's so smug about it. I just want to punch him in his face just for the delivery.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I have to qualify everything that AI tells me. I have to say, is this really true, or are you making this up? And 60% of the time it's just like, oh yeah, I just made that up. I don't fucking
use AI. And then when you hand it, if for certain jobs or whatever, it's like you have to qualify. It's like, was this used with AI? Yeah, you can't use AI. You're all pushing AI. You're all buying into AI and firing real people from your workforce because of AI. And then you're saying, well, we can't legally use AI because we can't prove, that that's accurate or something.
It's always dashes instead of commas and 3 adjectives nobody ever uses one after another. That's how you can tell it's AI.
Well, they push a lot online, and they have for a while, but I've been seeing a big influx lately. You know those AI video editing programs like Opus Clips, things like that? You see them ads show up on YouTube, on Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, things like that. Because they're trying to show you, it's like, don't waste your time on CapCut and editing your own videos. Load it into here, and they'll give you 70 proven viral clips. Bullshit. If that was the case, then everybody would be viral, and then nothing is viral because everything's viral. So they're like, oh, yeah, it's guaranteed, this viral clips, and makes your editing so much easier and saves you all this time. And if you watch shit that's edited by AI, you still can tell that it's not a human doing it, because a human being looking at it and go, well, I could play around with this. I could add this. You could make this sound a little better. Ope was using AI for a while and then quickly stopped, I guess, because Carl was caught on to it. But he would put up little clips of whatever dumb story he was telling, and then you would just see B-roll of this. I'm walking around the street and then this thing happened, and you just see somebody walking around the street. And it's like, you don't need that visual. That's not the point you need the visual for. So anyway, these type of ads that show up. There's been an influx. Now, it's not even the ones that you knew anymore. There's all these new ones with new names coming out. And you're like, how many times am I going to see the similar ads for these companies? And they're all different companies. Well, there's this one company called Luma. Are either of you familiar with this company?
I've heard the name. I haven't looked too deep into them, though, because I'm trying to look and see what kind of AI stuff is out there.
Now, I'm going to specify this at the beginning here. We're going to play most of the ad. It's not an endorsement. They're not advertising. We're not doing anything. We're just reviewing the ad because I want to show you from what they're saying they can do to what they're actually showing you what it does. Nobody proof checked this. I think AI made this to sell you on AI, and AI fucked up big time.
Yeah, the only thing that sponsors this show right now is Mel Gibson's Jewish honey cures, but anything else? No.
His biblical honey drink.
His biblical honey drink.
Right.
Ready for what this new AI can do. They're Luma's new creative agents, and let me just show you how powerful they are. So let's say I want to create an ad for a luxury watch brand around the concept of borrowed time. Watch how amazing this is. The agents orchestrate and perform multiple tasks for me. So not only do I get a script and a shot list, I get voiceovers, contextual music and sound effects, as well as a brand identity, storyboard, videos for each keyframe, and a fully composed version. So it's like, hey, I need a commercial about selling this watch or whatever. Here's the prompts for it. It did everything. Oh, this is great. I didn't have to hire anybody. Yeah, you get what you pay for. A lot of this shit. We started seeing some AI commercials show up on TV the last couple of years. But remember all the shit that was it Coca-Cola or McDonald's? Coca-Cola, I think, got shit because they were debuting that all completely AI generated. Coca-Cola is known
like their Christmas commercial
for their Christmas ads, involving the polar bears and the glass bottles and what have you. And Santa has pretty much been Coca-Cola's biggest attraction since the 1800s.
It's literally the only reason why the version of Santa that we're so used to, that we see in the malls and things like that, that's Coca-Cola shaped that image.
Correct.
That's not what Santa looked like in any way, shape, or form prior to Coca-Cola market.
No, I think at one point the older version of Kris Kringle was like he wore green and stuff. Like he was like a nature entity or something. Anyway, so the point being that Coca-Cola went to put out this AI ad. I think it went online before it went on television, and they've got almost 100% negative feedback. Everybody was saying, this looks awful. Look, it's terrible. Look at the tire sizes shrinking as it's going up and down here. As it turns this way, doesn't make sense to work. Nothing was consistent, but they thought it was great, and they wound up pulling the ad. Then McDonald's had an AI Christmas ad, which did go out, and they didn't seem to give a fuck, which seems to be a lot of what McDonald's does, because they're charging $12 for a 2 cheeseburger meal. That it's the same price as a Big Mac meal, and like, fuck that, we're not doing that either. And we saw how well the CEO reacted to criticism as he tried to pretend like he knew how to eat food. So we've had these AI ads starting to creep into, mainstream media. We're seeing them all online now. We play a bunch of the AI stuff where Tom Cruise was running in different movies that he wasn't in, those kind of things where it gets fun.
That's where it's fun. Yeah.
So this program here is trying to tell you, it's like, you put in everything here, you pay whatever the subscription price is, put all this here, we'll generate a commercial that's licensed to you, and you can put that out there as if so now everyone thinks they're their own ad agency, that we could do this, I could just do all this shit from home, not realizing that you need the creativity, you need experience, you can't just write everything. This is telling you otherwise. Let's continue with this.
You get a comprehensive library of production assets created by multiple sub-agents running in parallel, all from a simple text prompt. But it actually goes even a step further. The agent in charge of review fixes any mistakes. So, for example...
All right, this part's important. Listen to what he's saying, okay?
Fixes any mistakes. So,
right here.
Fixes... The agent in charge of review fixes any mistakes. So, for example, it found this image to have inconsistent dial indices, automatically flagged it, and fixed it. And take a...
Okay, so the AI is self-policing itself. So if it realized the watch didn't look right, it's missing a couple of numbers or whatever, it automatically flagged that it's wrong and fixed itself. That's what it's saying. So the AI is dumb enough to make this shit, but smart enough to correct its own mistakes, right?
Look, I mean, these sound effects and these visuals look and sound so damn good because different models have different specialties. The agents determine the best model to use depending on the task at hand. So it's almost like having a full army of creative professionals.
Did you see it?
Go back.
No, I was looking at the guy getting so excited about this.
Right. Now, keep in mind, this little portion of the ad, he's talking about the AI agents are there recommending the prompts and the ways to do all of this stuff, and it can detect when there's errors, so it flags it and then goes in and fixes it. Okay? Watch.
It's almost like having a full army of creative professionals working 24/7.
Did you see it?
It's like a disembodied hand pouring wine. Yeah.
So it's almost like having a full army of
fucking it's like
it's Addams Family.
Addams Family.
So for the radio audience, the guys on the bottom up top is showing you the video that was rendered here, and it looks like it's like a family dinner. An old man is holding wine glasses and wine's being poured. There's a disembodied hand pouring somehow lifting the wine bottle and pouring it over. There's nobody on the end of that hand.
Now, is this another example of something that they would flag, and later on in the video it shows a fixed version of the arm attached to the hand? Or
no, they ran right by that.
We didn't even.
No, he showed you that. They fixed that thing with the watch. There was a timing inconsistency on the watch, and that's been fixed. Now he's blowing through all the rest of the features. This isn't an example of,
he missed the arm. Got it.
Yeah, this isn't like, hey, the AI agent noticed that the woman pouring the bottle does not exist. Well, they went back and added the woman into there. He's talking about how great this is. We're almost towards the end of this ad. He's about ready to do the big pitch about subscribing and how much or whatever. Right. We got to look at this one more time.
And the best model to use depending on the task at hand. So it's almost like having a full army of creative professionals working 24/7 at your direction. And to me, that represents the future of creative production.
That's the future of creative production.
Yeah.
You're going to see just a lot of kids shows and sitcoms, people missing limbs, an eye, hands aren't there.
I'm starting to think this service is watch-based because they're really focusing on the fact that they caught something with a watch, and then every picture is someone with a watch.
Yeah.
Like sitting in a window watching.
For a watch.
Yeah, this is a Bulgari video. Like, oh, this isn't Chad.
A full army of creative.
That
your
really
arm is not worth
me.
it unless there's no watch on it.
That watch looks great, I'll say.
I don't remember what I was doing.
There's the watch right there.
But I'm scrolling through this. I never really watched the ads. I don't know why I stayed on this one. But I looked at it. I was like, thank God I did, because where's the rest of this? And you're trying to sell everybody on how great this service is. Like, you don't need to do anything. The AI agent in here is so advanced and so precise. It picks up and it flags everything. This wasn't an example, again, of them fucking up and how it's going to correct it. He put it out there as, how great is this? Look at the quality of this. And you're right. The watch is front and center looking aces. The body is gone for the wine that's pouring into that hand.
Professionals working 24/7 at your direction. And to me, that represents the future of creative production. I was completely blown away when I got early access to it.
Completely blown away by how great this is. Put this ad out there. Didn't bother to check that a body is missing from your ad.
So if you want to try it, comment Luma, and I'll send you a link.
Yeah. That's the other thing too. Comment it because they want bullshit engagement. So everyone's like, I'll send you the link to this thing. If you're legitimate about this thing, they have that thing at the bottom where the banner is there. Click here to go to the store to buy the fucking thing. You make it as direct as possible to somebody buy. Not, hey, put this keyword into there and I'll send you the link. Fuck off. Yeah,
this is the perfect example of lazy cheapskates trying to, just cut corners at the expense of their product and their business. And I just find it so hilarious that everybody thought artificial intelligence would, consume, become sentient and enslave humanity, and instead it's co-opted all of humanity's stupidity as well and just spews bullshit out so that disinformation is what you get. And it's almost counterproductive at this point.
Somebody had sent me a link the other day. A couple weeks ago, they told me about this and I said, I don't know what you're talking about. Can you send me a link? And then finally sent me the link the other day. I guess Spotify is rampant with AI generated podcasts. You know how we saw recently that YouTube has announced they're cracking down on the AI generated content on YouTube. If it's not purposely being designed as an entertainment piece or whatever, it's just that shit that takes, I know they were doing it to Nerdrotics videos. They were taking his voice from what he said and regenerating the videos for other content. They're doing it to other people online. They were pulling from podcast news clips, whatever, and just rewriting shit to put on their videos. That's the stuff that's getting wiped off of YouTube as they go through and just that kind of, as the kids say, slop. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I didn't want to cut you off, but the guy that runs Instagram has been saying that there's so much AI slop and this Opus Clips shit where they cut out all of the pauses and the ums, diffluences that everybody, 3 years ago, people were like, let's cut all that out and make it seem perfect. And that's led to people, a backlash to
jump cuts,
less editing. Yeah, because it was it seemed so unnatural with all of those things cut out. So now that he's just leave all the mistakes, the uhs and the ums in, because it lends authenticity to, and people know it's real if there's mistakes in it. So less editing, more diffluences. That's more authentic to people now because AI slop is so rampant.
All the years of producing radio shows and stuff, when it was just the audio version, right? I would go through and I would cut out some of the ahs, long pauses, but I would make it sound like I'd bring other parts together to make it sound like a fluid conversation. Because what might have been 20 something minutes on the air, can get shrunk down to maybe 13, 14 minutes. You're getting everything and losing nothing, right? That's where a good editor comes in. The same thing with the video stuff too. There's times where we do it where if there's a pause, or like how I just did that to breathe for a moment, I would cut that out. You do some jump cuts where needed, or the little quick transitional things where needed, just to move the flow of the conversation. People will be more forgiving if it's keeping the conversation consistent and smooth, rather than, remember several weeks ago, Jordan, we were watching a bunch of those influencer videos from Coachella about their $10,000 tent.
Talking about their tents constantly.
Right? And the one girl who I follow who was doing all the cruise ship stuff went to Coachella. She's like, she goes, today's a big day. I'm over here, and then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do that, and then we're going to go here. But you don't know how that's going to go because the wind was coming, and then the tents would it was constantly.
It was too frantic.
And you're sitting there like, I can't focus on this, and it's not like an ADHD kind of issue. It's just like you reversed the ADHD. It's not that I can't pay attention. Your bullshit is making me not pay attention from this. So you would see the constant jump cut stuff,
and that's Opus Clips.
Yeah, well, even before that was the influencer stuff, the YouTubers, who's the one girl I really hated? Tana Montana.
Tana Mojo.
Tana Mojo. Thank you. Yeah. I got really pissed off when she tried to hold. She got kicked out of TwitchCon, so she tried to hold her own video.
Tana
hotel. Yeah. People were getting sunstroke. People got ripped off. Like, it was a disaster of biblical proportions how she did it. But you watch a lot of her story time videos, and it was constantly like this, and it was constantly that cut. And I'm like, I can't focus on this shit. I know there's a generation of kids and people that do, but doesn't mean it's right. Doesn't mean it's the right way to evolve with this stuff. It's gotten worse. The AI shit is terrible with that kind of stuff, or they're just rolling garbage B-roll over this stuff, and like, you're pissing me off now. The conversation's fine, but the visual you're showing me is terrible.
Do you want to see something that I saw the other day?
Yeah.
So WWE put out a video, and they used AI to narrate it and do stuff.
Really?
The problem is that AI couldn't pronounce WWE. This is the video
fans are making right now. Can you afford it? Maybe. But do you feel like you have to be there? That's the question.
All right, first off, this isn't WWE putting this out. This is just some fan account that did it.
Well, this is where I pulled it, but this was going around that WWE put out this video and had to pull it because of what happens.
Huh.
And this is like everyone's reaction to it all.
A lot of people, the answer this year seems to be not quite. The show will happen. The stadium will likely fill up one way or another. What
This has to be fake.
It's the AI stroking out.
Whoa!
Because it can't pronounce WWE. You'd have spent less money getting Stuttering John to do it, but
yeah, it sounded like him for a second.
Yeah, the AI couldn't handle it.
This can't be real.
No, but you hear the guy breathing. Okay, listen. Wait, right before it.
Like,
you hear the breath like that.
No, they put that in.
Yeah, you're taking pauses and breath out.
AI knows to add breathy parts in. That, like, the mouth noises is weird though. I don't know why it's adding that in.
Right.
Like,
we're over a minute into this video and there's still more to go.
I mean, clearly we don't have to, do it all. So basically, it was an unmanned WWE AI channel, and because no one was paying attention to it, it did this and kept going.
Now it just sounds like it's beating off.
It does.
So the viral audio of an AI struggling to pronounce WWE, making strange glitching or choking sounds, is real, originating from automated AI-generated wrestling news channels on platforms like YouTube and Reddit.
Good. I fuck AI. I'm glad it's eating itself.
Subdivision saying the AI CPU is locked at 100% and no one was there to hit Task Manager. Is this the blue screen of death?
This is like reverse SMR. I'm hating it. Please stop it.
Yeah. You let this one go a little long. Yeah,
I didn't know about that. That's amazing. If true.
Yeah,
I'm not 100% sure.
Everyone's saying it's true. Right here. It's real. It was like I said, it was an unmanned, automated, AI-generated wrestling news channel that debuted on YouTube and like Reddit. And because no one was manning it, the second WWE got caught up, it just kept going.
Mr. Rex speaking in AI tongues. Yes, it's the snake charmer language that they use in Slytherin House.
I like on X that they're saying down at the bottom now, made with AI, so you can kind of have a heads up about what's authentic and not. But it's so omnipresent now. I heard a fun anecdote of somebody that we all know is touring, and a guy was saying that he was going to take his daughter to go see the guy perform White and Nerdy, and his daughter was like, "I love weird AI."
That bums me out. I did actually see footage of that tour because I'm actually taking my kid to that tour, and he comes out singing "Fat" in a full fat suit. And I'm like,
I saw him last summer.
Commitment to the bit makes me so incredibly happy.
Doing that for a few years because people got all fucking bent out of shape, and then he said, "Fuck it." I'm like, "What is Weird Al almost 70?"
Well, that's what I said. That's my
anymore.
kid. Yeah, I was like, "Look, the commitment is great."
I saw him last summer. He was amazing. It was the first time I ever saw him. Yeah.
I did see there. I mean, I'm glad there's a lot of AI backlash. They just announced they did the Sony State of Play for PlayStation, and we'll cover some game stuff in the next segment. But they announced a new Tomb Raider. You know, they're doing a new Tomb Raider game, and Amazon and all this stuff is putting it out through, I think, IDOS, whatever, Montreal, or things like that. But they had a disclaimer on the pre-order page that people caught and were upset that some of the game was generated with AI as a placeholder art, and then people redid the stuff, and everyone's like, "That's fucking bullshit. We're not buying this fucking game." And I'm just like, okay. I'm glad they have to disclose it. I mean,
how big are the titties?
I don't. It's weird. They went back to kind of the old style where she's wearing the little green shirt and the short shorts, and it's not polygons, but it's not. I don't know. I liked the original series. If you want, the remakes that they did a couple years back are all on Steam for like less than $10.
Yeah,
total for all three. I bought them all.
That later generation one, the Himiko Island one, like
that was one of my favorite games.
That one is great. I played that a couple of times. That's
like Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and then there was like the third one, which I never played. So
I do like that there are some legitimate game review sites out there that also include the jiggle factor rating in some of these games, and how where was I it might have been Reddit. I haven't played this game yet. I'm still on the fence if I'm going to play Marvel Rivals, right? Which
you don't even like Overwatch. You're not going to like.
Well,
Rivals.
I liked Overwatch for a while. It's probably something I have to get back into, just like I did with Fortnite, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing with Marvel Rivals is they're constantly updating, and they're kicking Overwatch's ass.
The jiggle physics.
Well, thank you. That's the term I was trying to think of.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So I was reading on this. And it seems down the middle that there's people who were pissed off by some of the, like, I'm guessing like Psylocke and Squirrel Girl, their jiggle physics.
White Queen.
In that
Emma
game.
Frost.
Yeah, the Emma Frost. And then there's other people who are complaining that there's, or happy that they are. And there's women who are happy that there's women represented in these games with some of these jiggle physics.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting there, I go, the world is healing.
Download.
The world is healing. We're coming together again.
Tits are back, everybody.
The world is healing in the right way.
Could that be the show title? Tits are back.
Tits up, America.
There we go. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to do segment 2, television, movie, streaming updates, all of that fun stuff, some video game stuff. I got some trailers and stuff for us to look at, video game wise. Andy, are you going to hang around, or do you got a bill?
No, I'll hang.
Said all night, Eric. Stop trying to get rid of Andy.
I'm here for the second.
Andy's coming, and we all fall down.
All right, we'll be right back.
More. It's Eric Nagel. It's Eric Nagel